Jenni.com. If you have a question or a story you want to tell, put it in all caps in the comments. And if you want to come on and you're in the comments, let me know and I'll get you a link, because I see like Michael Leonito is there, and maybe he should come on and tell some stories about Jenni. But I think the bigger thing here is this. We all know the medical system has been becoming more and more broken. And it was frustrating in the 90s to be sick. I remember I got pretty sick in the 90s, and that's when we had made a big change into managed healthcare. And so the insurance industry was really making it so you had to have a referral to get a referral to get a referral. And so you ended up going to the doctor like 95 times when you knew what you just needed to go to the specialist. And it cost a lot more money, right? Because of that, even though you were just paying your copay. Well, fast forward to 2023. How's that going, guys? Anybody interacted with the healthcare system lately?
Awesome. No problems.
Sorry, Sean.
Go ahead, Sean.
No, I was just being facetious. Yeah, no, it's worse because you still get the same runaround, but there's less people to be referred to, so it takes longer to get through the process.
Yeah.
And it's a total excuse thing at this point too. I mean, they're still leaning on what happened for over the last 3 years to be so far behind. And you would think north of the border with socialized healthcare that it'd be better, but I think it's worse. And they just made masks optional at healthcare facilities here in Canada. So what are we, 3.5 years in? So you see the kind of stuff that we've dealt with for sure. Everybody's still dealing with it, and it's probably some things they're never going to go back to the way they were.
Yep. Aaron says Jenni was one of the first people to come up to me when I was at my first LFTN workshop alone and super nervous. She's so easy to relax and talk to. She is very, I'm talking about her in the past tense. That's not good. She's very good at reaching out to people and seeing when somebody's kind of off on their own to try to make them feel comfortable. That's one of her special superpowers. I really was hoping Dawn would send me a picture of the special hats they wore at my workshop in 2022, which you still could do on Telegram if you want. We might be able to show that. I don't know if anybody has that.
I have to find some pictures. I'm not sure I have any pictures of me and Jenni wearing them, but I think I have some pictures of Sean and Brian wearing them.
Yeah.
So I might be able to send those over.
I do remember those hats.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's something that was hilarious, and I don't want to break it if you break what the secret is if you happen to have those hats, but I know she still has hers. She's been threatening to go around town in it now that her hair has fallen out.
Right.
I considered doing the live stream while wearing it.
Yeah.
But it's already packed up, so I couldn't.
Yep.
Did you see that? Oh yeah, the comment from Jason there about t-shirts, Nicole?
Where? No, I don't see it.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, great. Jason, we'll keep that in mind. And after this, I'm sure we're going to be doing another round of fundraising for Jenni. But
we could maybe do like we could sell shirts. People could buy, we could design up a shirt and then all the proceeds could go. Because I know Sean, he's really good at coming up with inappropriate and hilarious ideas. So we could probably come up with something like that.
Yep. It's my favorite.
And you're damn good at it, brother.
Yep. So here's how the online auction works. You hear us talking, you see us highlighting things, and then you bid on them. Here's a good one. I'm going to pull up now. This one, you need to know the regulations in your state to decide if you're going to bid on it or not. And I'm sure that in Canada, Stan, you can't do it at all.
Well, 100. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, no, that's not a good thing up here.
Yeah, so 308 Winchester, case of 200. We've already gotten, let's see, we've got 4 bids. John Clark is the high bidder, and it's at $175. This will be shipped to your state. Some states apparently don't want you shipping ammo to them. So if you are in one of those states, and it's all the usual suspects, guys. Like if you're in Illinois, sucks to be you. Okay. If you're in Canada, sucks to be you. I don't know actually if we can ship it over. You like the new word for your country, Tim?
Oh yeah,
The People's Republic.
People's Republic of Canada. Yeah, Canada. So that was donated. Who donated this? It was donated by Anonymous.
Okay.
A number of anonymous people have donated things. So get your bid in for that ammo if you're interested in it. There's a whole bunch of different things. We've got a life coaching session.
I see one of our
hand
creators in the live
grenade of
stream.
Antioch.
That's by me.
If you're a
Monty
Python fan, you'll understand that reference.
Yes.
That's
I don't have a real one. It is a replica.
Yeah. You count the 5 or 3 and pull the pin, and nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
Jenni Hill donated to her own auction with some art that she has painted. So it's an Oklahoma trilogy, and if you look at it, you've got a rose and a bird, and that looks like a buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
There. So that's pretty cool. I'm telling you guys.
Chris Dixon's in here. He donated. He's in the live right now, and he
Hi,
donated
Chris.
the beautiful metalworking he did there. The fireplace kit.
Yeah.
You can find, if you can bring that up, I can talk about it. It's he makes so it's oh my God, Chris is going to shoot me for it. I just sent out patches for his, but he has a blacksmithing thing that he does down. He's a fellow Albertan. There it is. White North Forge, right? There we go.
Yeah.
And so he made me a custom set of barbecue tools that are, they are, I'll be giving them to my kids. You know, when I have no teeth and can't eat barbecue anymore, they get the tools. They're that old. You know, they're that well built. He makes incredible stuff. And again, it's the power of community. Chris has never met Jenni, not even, he's heard of her, and that is it. But just that kind of the extension of one community to the next community to the next. And he texted me one night. He's like, "How do I give to this?" I'm like, "Here you go, brother." And he's the type of dude that met me. Was it yesterday? Yeah. So we were heading south to Montana. He was coming back west from where he was. And we timed it out so that we could meet in the gas station parking lot for about 10 minutes. I dropped some stuff off and we had 10 minutes of fellowship. He's that type of guy that'll just meet you or do anything for you. So, yeah. And it's worth every penny. When you see the stuff he builds, you'll be happy you get it.
I think that's one of the coolest things about the communities that we are in is how skilled people are, and the cool, like a handmade fireplace kit. What could be cooler than that? This is something that will last a lifetime, and the quality is amazing. And I really love those. And by the way, I see some scuttlebutt about the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch, but I don't see your bid on that, David. So I'm just saying.
By the way,
JenniHill.livingfreeintennessee.com.
By the way, those are handmade by me, and they cannot be purchased anywhere because of copyright infringement. I've looked. I wanted to buy one several, probably close to 10 years ago. I wanted to buy one. You can't find them anywhere because of copyright stuff. So I make those.
Yes.
Wow.
We're not going to talk about copyright stuff right now.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, are there any other stories you guys want to share, Millses?
There's some that can't be shared.
I'm sure some of them aren't appropriate for public knowledge.
Lots of late night karaoke sessions.
Yeah.
Jenni loves to sing karaoke. I remember this was probably before the first workshop, Nicole. We were down at your building by the cabin, and you busted out a PA system and a laptop, and we kind of did a thrown together karaoke session after we had gotten done cleaning enough space in that building to actually be able to sit and watch people. And I think you had the first song. I think Jenni was the second one up. I think she was right behind you. And
I think it was a Sheryl Crow song.
probably right.
Yeah.
Probably right. What's the other one about the?
Just a small town girl.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. Yeah, so there's
Yeah,
so many.
every time.
I can think of so many great times of just getting together and hanging out, and someone says, "Hey, let's get the PA system out." And this was the old days. If you've been to Nicole's workshop, she's got a full-on setup now. This was back when it was, I won't say it was thrown together because it was still good equipment, but nothing like what she has set up now.
Baling wire or duct tape may have been involved. Like I remember we duct taped the monitor to like a post once with a ladder so we could see the words.
Yep.
And
having to grab somebody's monitor, somebody's TV to use as a monitor
yeah.
for karaoke. Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone have a wire to connect these two things?
Yeah, that was a lot of that. A lot of like, can we splice this wire into becoming the wire we totally needed that we didn't know we needed because we didn't know we were doing karaoke? But yeah, so lots
The
of
other thing about Jenni is at all of these events, whether they be big ones or small ones, she kind of goes out of her way to meet everyone and talk to everyone. And I think I saw a comment earlier about one of your workshops where the person was kind of nervous. And Jenni went out of her way to go sit down and talk to her and get to know her a little bit. And that's just the kind of person that she is. I don't know why we keep doing that. Because she's not in Tennessee anymore. That's
because
the problem.
she moved.
Yeah.
That's the reason. Because she moved.
Yeah, she's not in Tennessee anymore. So, but that's just the kind of person that she is she's outgoing. She's there you go. So when you want to tell the story about the vests, about your motorcycle gang,
right? Yeah. So I'm not entirely sure. See, a lot of the stuff between me and Jenni, we're not entirely sure how it originates. It just does. It just manifests itself. So that is, we decided to become the moral mushrooms, but moral as in your moral compass, not the mushrooms. And the buttons are just little bits of inside jokes that we're happy to share the story behind, but obviously there's a lot, and there's been a lot added to that list since we've made those vests. And I think our gang name changed to the Canadian Viper Twins. Again, not entirely sure how that was originated, but it did. So yeah, those are the vests. Those are our bestie vests.
with your tiaras.
Oh, right, with the tiaras, because we need tiaras. Who doesn't want tiaras?
Exactly. By the way, when I see a donation or somebody is getting an auction item and they put it in the comments, we will highlight it. So, David, thank you for sending money in for a K9 Academy spot. We'll make sure that all happens and that the money gets to Jenni. So, guys, if you decide to bid on something and you're the top bidder, let us know in the comments. We'll highlight it. Okay, so I've seen this, there's 90 comments about the avocado brownies.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was maybe workshop two that she started making these chocolate avocado brownies that were super low carb and handing them out, and people started ordering platters of them because they're so delicious. And I know it sounds bad. People will be like, I don't like avocados. And then they'd try one and they'd be like, can I get a tray of those, please? So, that was something she was known for. I think the last couple workshops she didn't do them, but that is a very delicious, strangely delicious thing. So
yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, Samantha, thank you so much for bidding on a holy hand grenade. We've got a bin for the holy hand grenade. All right. Those of you who are new to the live stream, we are raising money and doing an online auction for Jenni Hill, who's a member of the LFTN, TSP, and the workshop communities. So if you want to bid on it, we're raising money to offset the costs of her cancer treatment. It's jennihill.livingfreeintennessee.com. And if you bid on something, let us know in the comments. Roy bid on the TSP workshop for $401. Well, let's just talk about this. And then I see you in the green room, person in the green room. So we'll bring you on soon. Smiles. We'll get back up to the auction page here. This is something that Jack Spirko donated. Hold on, let me navigate the thingies, and let me find it. Where is it?
Second page.
Do, 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 do. That's just the song I sing. Here we go. There's a lifetime membership. Now, anybody who knows it's hard to get a lifetime membership. Jack puts a few for sale every year, but not very often. They usually go for $350. We're already at $300 here. There are 7 bids, but the guaranteed seat at a survival podcast fall workshop, they sell out in 2 to 5 minutes. This guarantees your seat. And here's the deal. If you get this one, it guarantees your seat, but he's still going to charge you $150 to cover food. Right? So what does it mean to you to know that you are going to be at the Survival Podcast Workshop? And here's a beautiful picture of a workshop from a few years ago. Oh, there's some people in there who are no longer with us. Oh, but it's $600 retail for that. So right now you're ahead $50. And Roy very smartly realized that I can just bid $401 and then see how that goes. And somebody can do $402. So thanks for that. I am going to bring Tori in now to talk about how, let me stop the screen share so we can see her. Tori, are you with us?
I am with you.
All right. Welcome to the show honoring Jenni Hill and raising money to help her kick cancer's butt. I haven't said the F word yet. I'm trying not to really hard.
Okay. I don't want to be the first then.
Okay. It'll be Tim.
It will.
I hope so.
Tim,
Hi,
why don't you
Tori.
drive and I'll listen.
Sure. How are you, Tori?
I'm good. How are you, friend?
Very good. Speaking, okay, this is all about community, and you know I'm full of stories. We left the Thrivalist Fair in Addy, Washington 2-3 weeks ago, I think. I don't know. Time's just a blur this summer already. And we hung out with Tori the whole time. It was great. And we made it work. We got back to Spokane in time. We gave her a call and we're like, hey, meet us at the Golden Corral. We're going to sit down, have a meal. We got to hang out with her kids. That's the power of community. I love it. Like, it's just the way it works. And we all kind of look out. The other day, Tori posts, she said, I need to put up some kind of privacy area at her place. And so we all kind of did the group think thing. You know how we're all really good at this, no matter what community it comes from. And eventually we came up with shade cloth, right, Tori?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It was
how's it
perfect
working
because
for
I
you?
needed something lightweight that I could just hang up easy and didn't require manly installation. So
Sure.
yeah.
But you did it. You don't need no manly installation for that kind of stuff, do you?
No, I didn't want to get into like complicated things, and I can hang up a curtain rod and I can take shade cloth and string it. So,
And I love it because you're always willing to reach out. But what I also love is you're always willing to do it too.
yeah. And it turns out I wasn't the one who did it.
Oh, that's all right. Who was
It was
it?
Monkey.
Who was it?
It was Monkey. He wanted to do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So have you met Jenni in person or only through online interactions?
I have had the pleasure of talking to Jenni on the phone. She gave me a full 2 hours of her time one day, and we had only like sort of interacted online. And she was like, here's my number. Give me a call. Let's chat about this issue you're having. And she spent 2 hours on the phone with me. And I think the issue was resolved about an hour in. And afterwards, we were just BSing and like getting to know each other and stuff. So,
And
Well, are you willing to be super vulnerable and tell us what she helped you with?
oh yeah, I don't care. Yeah. So, okay, don't say the bad words, Tori. So I have an ex-husband who's an a-hole. Or he was being a super a-hole then, and he's working on it at this point in time. And Jenni had some personal insight into that. And she was like, call me any time, basically. Here's my number. And I didn't want to necessarily call her anytime. So I was like, hey, can I call you? And we arranged a time. And she sat there on the phone and she was like, I was bawling my eyes out. And because there was a particular incident that was having. And I don't even remember what the particular fight was with me and my ex. But she was like totally calm. I'm hysterical. She's totally understanding, absolutely empathetic. And she was like, yeah, I totally get it. I understand. And that absolutely sucks. And I'm absolutely not going to, because sometimes you get into like the Facebook groups and they're like, well, you know, he means well. And I'm just like, he absolutely did not mean well. And Jenni was like, no, he didn't. And so she was absolutely, totally 100% understanding and totally, absolutely got it and understood me. And a lot of people just didn't get it if you hadn't lived through it. And she totally got it. And she sat there and listened and offered so much advice. And she really gave me the courage to take the next step that I needed to take. And there were lots of little bits of people saying, you need to get out. Things are going to get worse. This particular problem is progressive. It's not going to get better unless there's serious intervention. And he was nowhere near going to be doing that. And she was right. It was slowly got worse. And this is pre-COVID that she and I talked, and COVID just made everything worse. And I don't know why, because he and I weren't sheltered in place. We got out and still worked. We had a normal life. And I took she was really the big push to get me to file for divorce. So, and I'm so absolutely glad for that, because there are other issues that are going on, but I have so much more freedom and I am so less miserable. So, yeah.
Do you remember when you thought you were not going to be able to make enough money to survive without your husband?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's laughing now.
It's still tight, but I was like, how the bad word I'm not doing it, Tim. Am I going to be able to support my two kids? There is no way. I have to work off the assumption. I have to budget off the assumption that he's not going to pay me a lick of child support, that he's not going to contribute one dime. And looking at my finances and stuff, I was like the day-to-day that I was living at that moment, I was like, there is no way I'm going to be able to do this. And he made a mistake. He didn't give me his paycheck one month. And because he didn't give me any of his paychecks that month. And because he didn't do that, I had to figure it out with just my paycheck. And I did figure it out with just that paycheck. And I was like, holy crap. I couldn't believe it. Mm-hmm. And I got by with that paycheck. And I got a raise. And I think, I got a promotion in June. And by August, I had filed for divorce. So that everything just fell into place. And she was like, you just gotta, right now you're in this state of everything sucks, everything's horrible. You've got like this trauma lens, this crisis lens. And I want you to just sort of pay attention and look at the other things that you've got to concentrate on, doing right by the kids, helping them have positive things. Once things get ingrained in them, it's hard to pull them back out. And so what can you do? What can you pay attention to? Where can your focus be instead? And as things started to fall into place, I saw things and started trying to focus on those things. And then that left me the ability to see other things. And so I've talked to Jenni. I think we've talked on the phone maybe once since then. But like that phone conversation was so powerful. It's like she made this huge impact on my life. And like we talk online all the time and stuff like that. But like that was so impactful. And I don't think I'll ever forget that conversation. I don't think I'll ever forget.
Yeah, she certainly has a way with giving you different perspective without telling you what you need to do or telling you what you should do. She has a way of just being able to walk you through the problems without talking too much about herself. Like she talks about herself, obviously, but she doesn't immediately direct the conversation to, well, this is what I did and this is what I did. It was, I mean, sometimes, but it's not, she's genuinely helping, you know, without telling you what you should do, because nobody tells Jenni what to do. So she doesn't want to tell other people what to do.
Right.
Nobody tells Jenni
Nobody.
what to do.
Well, you could try. I mean, maybe once, and then she would probably not talk to you again. You don't tell
Yeah,
them.
the stories she tells are absolutely relevant to the particular issue at that moment.
I think one of the things about the LFTN community and the TSP community, I don't know about your community, Tim, is there are a lot of people in the background who try to help when somebody ends up in a bad situation who is a productive community member. And the first thing is to get them to decide to make their life better, which Tori did. And I'm saying this because sometimes people who are listening to this right now are in a situation and they haven't told us. And the situation that LFTN most commonly helps women with are abusive men in their lives. And so I'm saying that in case you're in that situation. There is a background support network. Jenni has helped a lot of women get out of situations where they felt helpless, didn't have confidence, and were being hurt. Now, the interesting thing is the same thing happens on the TSP site with men. A number of men have been in abusive situations and been helped out on that. So we don't talk about that much. It's the thing we don't say out loud, but I want to say it now because of how much Jenni has helped people in that situation. And now she's facing cancer with almost no, I mean, we are her support network at this point. So the auction is at jennihill.livingfreeintennessee.com/auction-home if you want to go straight to it. If you just go to the website, in the navigation, you can click on auction and it will take you to the auction items. John Roselia let me know that he was bidding on an item, and we'll show you this. We'll highlight this one. This was pretty cool. I actually thought about bidding on this one too, but I don't want to take y'all's swag away from you. And I know how to give Jenni money directly. It's a TSP Quartz coaster set. Quartz. That's a solid coaster right there. So if you want to protect the wood parts of your home, or just want something that looks pretty darn cool, that's the quartz set. Who was this donated by? SR Fabrications. So for all the TSP fans, a set of 4 quartz coasters subtly engraved with a reminder of what we do and why we do it. I'm trying to see the engraving. Can't see it very well. It's right here. What's that say?
I was trying to see too, and I couldn't.
Reliant and self-reliant with Val. Yeah. Yep. So
we see. Is that Hawkeye Harry or Harry Albright? Is that Hawkeye?
Who just?
Or is that
who just bid?
Yep. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Wanted to show him out too.
We'll get there. I actually wanted to highlight this one. We've got a handmade quilt here. The quilt is named Blue Thistle. It's an original design of Janet Zabo, who is from the LFTN community. She came out to my workshop and taught us how to sew this year, which is pretty darn cool. She'll be at Self-Reliance Festival doing a whole hands-on thing the whole weekend. And she is a master quilter. So the fact that we're only at $210 surprises me, but I see a number of people can see. In fact, there's a bid off between Jennifer and Mike going on here. So it's at $210. The bids will end at midnight tonight. We're going to let it go. In fact, Tom, maybe we should go till tomorrow morning so people who see the video and we're not live can still get their last bids in. But today is our last day of the live auction for Jenni Hill at jennihill.livingfreeintennessee.com. And if you bid on something, we'll shout you out in the comments. Just let me know in the comments and we'll shout you out. And the latest one is that the Jenni Hill original Oklahoma trilogy has been bid on by Harry Albright, $150 bid. And Harry has also helped us in many ways. He's closer to Jenni than we are here in Tennessee, and he's been up to see her and helped her out some, which is very nice of you, Harry. So I appreciate it.
Justin wanted to know how big the quilt is, and just tell him it's 200 centimeters by 200 centimeters. 75 inches by 75 inches. I'm not even sure if I was actually right on that conversion, but I thought it'd be a smart ass to get going. So.
How big is it, Justin? Lemongrass soap, smell good and repel mosquitoes. That's right. There are lots of things, guys. There are big ticket items and there are smaller ticket items that are in the auction, and that's really cool. Like, we've got, let's see, I'm going to try to get this. It's hard for me to talk and screen share at the same time. You talk, Tim.
Sure. So, there's something I wanted to mention about Tori's story. So Jenni, growing up, there was always people I knew that would be like, oh, just, they know you're going through a hard time. Just call me anytime and we can talk about, but they didn't really mean it. It was just something you said, there was other things that you'd say that you knew they really didn't mean it. But the cool thing is, Jenni, she didn't know you from Adam, Tori, other than the fact that you guys talked online. But, 2 hours of her time and spends, just pouring her heart into you. And I don't know how many times I've heard stories about Jenni from the different people in the surrounding communities and how incredible it is. Because like I said, there's so often people say, oh, just call anytime. But the cool thing is, kind of in our community, I think we really mean it. And Jenni literally lives by that.
Yeah, and I think it started, we were in the LFTN Facebook group. And it all started because of Jack. And
sure.
Then Nicole is on the council. And so I had asked Nicole something about podcasting as an expert council question one time. And so then I followed the LFTN group, and Jenni was on there as sort of like a mental health wellness sort of guru that Nicole had appointed her. And I was like, this chick is somebody I want to be friends with. And so like I friended her, or she friended me somehow. When you get talking in the group and stuff, you friend people, right? And
yeah,
friends with lots of people from the group there on Facebook. And so then she saw my other Facebook stuff to my wall there, my profile, and me complaining about specific things to my friends, and she was my friend, so she saw those things, of course. And that's when she messaged me privately, and she was like, here's my number, and yeah, give me a call. And I still wanted to be respectful of her time, but I think she really meant it anytime.
Yep. She'll be
and
there to help.
East Coast. You guys are Central Time, so
Central.
That's like 2 hours ahead of me. So, if something went down at 10 o'clock at night for my time, that's midnight. And Jenni, she still had her kids and stuff too, and like that's late.
She absolutely always means that.
Right.
A lot of time, like the first 6 months or so that we were talking on a fairly regular basis, she would always text me, do you have time to talk? Do you have time for me to vent or whatever? And I finally told her, I'm like, by the way, I'm the type of person, you can just call me if you want. And so she just started calling me. But she's that respectful too. Like, she expects you to just call whenever you need something, which she will oblige by. And even if she doesn't answer, she doesn't have the space to answer at that moment because she's dealing with kids or something. She'll immediately message you back and say, I'm really sorry, I can't talk right now. Like she actually has phone etiquette, which I'm,
yeah, I never do that.
Generation.
I'll just call you back when I get around to calling you back.
Whatever.
She will immediately hey, I'm doing this. I'll call you back when I get a chance.
Yeah. She's like that.
Yeah.
It's a lost art today. It's something that I get it. A lot of people have probably grown up with the idea of a phone call as a necessary evil or something that they almost don't even want to do at this point. But for someone, she's an old soul in some ways, and I appreciate that. She's and I've had maybe 2 conversations. We've talked online tons over the years, but in person, just like a year and a half ago at LFTN was the only time I really met with her in person. And yeah, she's neat. I remember the last time, might not have been the last time she was on Nicole's show, but she did the how to put together a family first aid kit. And it just the stupid little things. It was such a great episode. I remember certain episodes I remember. I was blowing snow at the Catholic school listening to that whole episode, and it was just an awful snowstormy day. And that episode kept me company while the snow was blowing and I was cussing under my breath. And I know a couple of days later, I went home and revamped, maybe out loud too, went home and revamped the first aid kit at the house because of that episode. And it was a great episode. And of course, every year I make a word of the year, which is probably her craziest legacy of anything, is that little, I remember the first time I heard about that, I know right where I was. I don't know why I remember these certain episodes that I do, but there's an old lady, I do her snow as well. And I was right there when they were talking about word of the year, and I was like, wow. And then all of a sudden it just hit everybody. And for those who don't know, and I may not do this justice, but the word of the year is a word that summarizes your theme and or your goals for that entire year. And it kind of helps frame the decisions that you make going forward. Am I close, Dawn?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, and that's what I've used it for. And this year mine was concentrate. And each year it's cool because each year, I think I've done it at least 3 years in a row now because of Jenny. And I'll do that for the rest of my life. I always made goals, but now I put my word of the year at the top and all those goals kind of funnel into it. And that's pretty cool.
There was one year too, and Nicole, I'm not sure if it was you had picked a word initially, and she said you got to be careful with that word because there's two sides to.
My word was grow. The year was 2020.
Was it grow?
Oh,
Was that the word? Because she said you got to be careful because there's two sides. Like there can be a negative side to the word if you're trying to manifest that word. But no, there may have been another word that you picked first that you didn't go with, and you were. Maybe it was balance. I don't know. But yeah, what's funny is
balance was really funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
She says that to me every year. She's like, the opposite of that word. I'm like,
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So.
My most unbalanced year was my year of balance, but I did find balance at the end.
Yeah.
That year you picked grow for 2020, I had picked gather.
Well,
gathering my community and gathering around and having more of a social life and gathering with other women. And well,
was it too much?
It was 2020.
I guess.
Oh,
it was 2020. Yeah. Mary bid $225 on the quilt. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary.
Shout out to my buddy Harry. I had a good conversation with him at LFTN. He's the dude that you cannot be in the same vicinity of and not have a meaningful conversation with at least once. I appreciate him beyond belief. He's a good dude. I like Harry a lot.
He is always connecting people. Tori, are you done telling us your story? Do you want to move on or do you want to stay? You're totally welcome to stay. But
I want to hang out and talk about Jenny.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't like keeping you and you're like, I gotta cook dinner.
No.
Hey, Nicole, I got a hard stop in about 2
My
minutes.
children aren't here.
Okay. Well, I wanted you to talk about one of these auction items. So let me get it pulled up. It's going to take a minute. Well, okay. So, Sean, talk about the auction item you put in because there is a consultation with the Hack My Homestead dude, and you are that dude.
I happen to be that dude.
My dude. Off-grid solar design consultation.
Right. And the key with this one is that it's in person, and I don't really do that. So it's if you have an off-grid project, whether it's you taking your entire existing house off-grid, if you've bought a new property and you want to do an off-grid system, or if you just want to do a portion of your existing property off-grid or anything else that's like that, that's what I do for people. This is Ashley. She knows Jenny as well. And so I do that type of consultation for people all the time. I do design work, but what I very, very rarely do, and this is how rare this is, I've been doing this for 6 years. I have done a site visit for a paid client twice in 6 years. Okay. And so there are things that I can do when I'm on a site that I can't do when I'm not on the site. But, you know, if you're trying to do a bunch of consultations for people, there's a whole lot of work that goes into that. So adding travel to that is just not something that makes a whole lot of sense. And I can, for most people, I can actually deliver the end product without an actual site visit. So to put this in perspective, I typically charge $900 for a soup to nuts consultation. That's taking your design requirements, whether they be your existing power bill or if they are just a list of appliances and a guess on how often you're going to use them. And I take that all the way through to a final system with schematics. I help you source the components. Once you get the components, I help you check them all in and make sure that you have everything you're supposed to have, and then provide remote technical support for the actual installation piece itself. And so what's different about this item that's up for bid is if you're one of the states that touches Tennessee, and Tennessee touches more states than any other state, I'll travel to your place for free. If you're outside of one of those states, we'll have to have a conversation about travel expenses, but the consultation will happen. And I can do this one of two ways. I can come out to your property at the very beginning. We can sit down, talk about all the needs, and I can do most of the design work there and then finish it up when I get home. Or I can do all of the design work. If you're sure of what you need, I can do all of that. And my one day of actual consulting on site can be the day that everything gets put in. And so I can actually come out, as long as you've got enough strong backs to put the places where they need, I can show you how to do all the connections. And then we can commission the system, test it, and get you up and running that day. And like I said, I just don't do that. It's just traveling, to and from consultations is a bit much. So this specific one that we've donated is pretty special.
Do you have a consultation in 10 minutes? Is that why you need to stop?
Yeah, I actually have in about 6 minutes from now, I've got to get on the phone with someone about a consultation. Someone I will not be traveling to their house.
Oxy has been outbid for the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch, just so you know. Dawn, I see that you tried to send me a text message. I'm trying to download it right now. I don't have very good cell network at my house, so I'm hoping that's the picture. If you can telegram it to me or telegram it to the group, I can get it there.
Probably can.
Yeah.
I'll figure out.
Awesome. This is a baby quilt. Current bid is $80 from John Dowie.
Is the quilt very young, or is it for a baby?
It's for a baby. It's 40 by 52 inches, includes hand embroidery, and has tiny elephants holding balloons. And I don't think it comes with the bare feet.
Who donated this?
It does not say.
Oh, okay. I think it's really cute.
It might be Janet, or it might just be, it could be somebody else. There were a number of anonymous donations, and we have to honor that. So otherwise people get mad. Well, talk about these, Tim. What's up with the silver? I see the high bid right now is $200 for 2 pieces of custom workshop silver. What's this all about?
Which is pretty insane. So again, everything that happens, the theme is community. I mean, insane as in, it's pretty cool, right? So about a year ago, my buddy Brian Alexovich from the Lots Project, he says to me, he said, you know what, we need to do something, some sort of merch or some sort of physical, and you can do anything, there's all kinds of different merch items you can do. Some are which are value for value. Some are just, hey, I'll throw money at you because it has your name on it, that kind of thing. We wanted something that everybody could grab a hold of. So what we've done is him and I go halves on 100-ounce bar of silver once a year. We have a really cool guy named Ryan. He runs Curio Bullion on Instagram. He takes that bar, he melts it down. We work on a design process of what our logo will be. And then we do roughly 20 sets a piece. So what you get each year, we do, last year we did the 2022. They're stamped on the back. This year we did, for mine, they have the workshop logo, but it's inversed. So last year what was in is out, and this year what's out is in. They're 0.999% pure. They come with your certificate for each coin, and they're hand poured, and they're made by a really cool freedom loving dude. And we've had a lot of luck with them. We only run 20 sets a year, and I decided we'd throw one in here for this, and people seem to like it. And who doesn't love silver or precious metals in general? So yeah, that's where we started with it, and it's worked really well.
No, that's not.
Now, all I see
Yeah,
is
you gotta go
a
up.
Step Brothers picture, and I have no idea what's going on.
I don't know why it's sharing that right now, but there we go. This one. Tell us about this picture, Dawn.
Again, I don't know how it originated. We decided that would be really fun to do, and so we did it. Pretty sure that's in your living room, Nicole.
It is in my living room on the rolly ottoman.
Yes. So we made a like a movie poster type thing, like with captions and stuff, and but I can't find it right now. When I find it, I'll send it to the group. But I do have a message from Jenny, which is, if anybody is secretly in love with her, now is the time to tell her.
Did you just send that now?
Send that out there.
Yeah. If anybody is secretly in love with her, tell her now. I actually have I downloaded that, so we'll get an actual close-up of, there we go. So there you are in your matching vests with collared shirts on the rolly ottoman, which usually ended in the evening rolling on your bellies. Across my living room. That's tradition.
Flying. We were flying, Nicole. We weren't rolling. We were flying.
Was that intentionally supposed to have that kind of 80s glamour shot pose to it?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. That is, yeah. And it's a nice picture too. It's not like
weird looking, awkward looking off to the void kind of. Yes, that
was about the 87th picture that we took.
Yeah.
I should have went out and got matching perms first. That would have been awesome.
True. We should have done that. We didn't think about
Ball is in your court, Brian. We have a head-to-head fight over an auction item right now.
Uh-oh.
And it is the Holy Grail of Antioch.
Nice. Like I said, it's not going to be functional. Just look this.
Yeah, I wouldn't go in any battles with any rabbits with it and expect to win.
No.
But it's a great mantelpiece.
Yes. Cowgirl is in the first line for the solar consultation.
Nice.
And I'm not sure. I think I failed to mention that the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch replica is going to come in a chest with the scroll of the full instructions on how to use it.
Straight from Brother Maynard.
Yes.
So we have a head-to-head fight between Brian and Samantha. So just keep going, guys. Keep going.
All right, y'all. Well, we need to drop off. We will continue monitoring and check back in later.
Great. Just hit me up on Telegram if there's any more messages from Jenny.
All right.
Will do.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
What a great couple. I love those guys. Oh my goodness. Sean and I text all the time now. He's been getting me to help him. We sweetened the pot for his Kickstarter, and I think him and I and a couple other people are going to do the Bourbon Trail tour when I'm down this time. So it is we're going to go do a little bit of bourbon drinking, and I'm sure there'll be a live stream or two involved. So always love seeing them.
Throw it hard enough and the rabbit will still go down, from David Siegler. Okay, let's talk about more. Where were you going to go?
No, I was just going to say, every time Sean's around, they talk about rabbits. That's all.
I have a rabbit giving birth today, just as a total aside.
Nice.
Yeah. Just in case we need a rabbit to throw it at.
What do we got here?
I think we need to talk about coffee.
Yes, let's talk about coffee.
I'm a self-serving person, and it's all about coffee. Right? Okay, first of all, there are two coffee options on the auction. One is a Food Forest Farms gift certificate for $75. This is donated by Food Forest Farms, foodforestfarms.com. That's run by Brian. Brian Norton is a really cool cat who, when he saw my presentation on how to roast coffee a long time ago, Oh, Tori disappeared. He came up to me because I was like, I can't afford the next level of roaster, which is going to be like $20,000. He's like, oh, there's another option. And he told me about this cheaper, but still commercial roaster. And that's why Hollow Roast exists today. So he's a great roaster, uses the same technology I do. He will send you over $75 worth of coffee or mugs or handmade jewelry or even consulting services. Top bid is $78 for that. And I know that person. So that's one coffee option. The other option is from hollowroast.com. And this is a $350 value. Coffee of the month mailed to your door once a month, every month for 1 year. Highest bid is $200 right now. You can choose your roast level. You can choose whether you want it ground or not. And we highlight a different single source coffee every month. Most months. There's a couple of months where we do some of my famous blends. We did Vacation Blend in April. There will be Saturnalia in December. Usually we vanilla cool that one. It's pretty tasty. So that's over at jennihill.livingfreeintennessee.com. If you go straight to the site, you will end up on the home landing page here, which has a beautiful picture of Jenni and explains other ways you can support her through her fight with cancer. But if you go in the upper menu and click on auction home, that will take you to the list of auction items. If you're listening to this and you bid on something, let me know and I will try to highlight you if I see it.
I gotta say,
yeah.
So as far as the coffee goes, I mean, I know it's your coffee, so you need to toot your own horn a little bit, but I drink that every morning. My grinder is full of your coffee almost year round at this point. I love the dark roast, and this is, you got me spoiled because I remember 4 or 5 years ago, I went to a hotel and I tried, it was like Maxwell House Dark Blend. And I was like, oh, this is really good coffee. Because I was just really getting into like flavors and things. And then I came to your workshop and bought some of your coffee. And I'm like, damn it, I can't drink store-bought coffee anymore. It's just that good. So how often have you given away or donated, in this instance, a coffee of the month? I don't remember ever seeing it before.
I have done it one other time, but never for 12 months.
Wow.
So I have done a 6-month one to raise money for 2 things. The Dark Horse Lodge that we do because we do a fundraiser at Self-Reliance Festival, and also Caleb House, which is Bear Independence charity.
Oh, okay.
And when we were deciding what auction items would we put up, I was like, I need something that's premium, that's a good dollar amount. So I did 12 months because Jenni's a pretty close friend of mine now. And, the way she came to be a friend was just by coming out here and hanging. She would text me on a Friday night and say, hey, do you mind if I stop by and visit tomorrow? And she was always very careful to check if I had time because she didn't want to dominate my time. She sees that I am very over committed and I try to help people a lot because I'm a people pleaser. And I'm learning about boundaries and all of that. If you want to listen to my podcast, you'll hear about that. But so she was always very careful. And I usually said yes. And sometimes I said no if it wasn't a good time. But what I came to find out is she was going through the dissolution of her marriage from somebody who was very unkind to her. And those were the weekends where she could get away from that situation. Nice. So she never told me, but she was in part coming here because she could just hang out with people. And when I found out what was going on, I don't remember how I found out. I was like, okay, well, we need to help you take some steps faster because that's not going to be good to stay there. And she did it all. She took the steps. She took ownership for everything she could change, and she changed it. And it was very, very cool. But you will find to this day, like at this point, my friend has cancer, and it's scary, guys. It's scary when people have cancer. She could die. If she dies and we've raised money for her and there's money left, she said, I just want to make sure there's a way for it to go back to the community. That's what she told me yesterday. Jeez. And I I think you have a 12-year-old and a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Maybe we should figure out how to help pay for some of their expenses after you die, if you die. And she was like, well, yeah. But I think she already feels sort of weird about accepting donations because she's always done everything for herself. And I think that's just been a really, it's like, it's humbling. She's touched by how much support she's gotten already from the community. And at the same time, she's already trying to figure out how to give back to the community. And that's the kind of person that Jenni is. And so I don't know why I went off on that tangent, but like to this day, she'll be like having a really bad day with her treatment or whatever. And I'll get this text, do you have time to talk? And I'm like, I'm literally going to make time to talk anytime you answer that question. Like, unless I don't see the text, it's going to be like, yes, or in 5 minutes. But she's still like really careful of my time. So that's just who she is. Yeah.
I was just going to say, and you know, it's hard for me because I definitely don't know Jenni as well as you guys for sure. But you can tell that she doesn't want, like, she's willing to take the help. She's such a wonderful individual because she's willing to let other people bless her because she knows that also makes them feel good blessing her, you know. But at the same time, you can tell she doesn't want to take the help, and that's neat. I appreciate that about her for sure.
Yeah. It is really hard to accept help in a situation like this, but at the same time, she kind of needs to, right?
Well, and especially when you're the helper, you know, when she's the helper, and you get used to it, you know. And you know, I get a lot of people, you know, people want to call and talk, and I like to help people, and I get it. It's tough because it's easy to be the helper. It's a hell of a lot harder to be the helped. And because it brings you in a place of perceived weakness, even though that's not the case, you know. And yeah, it's nice to be able to do this. It's incredible, actually.
Yep, it is incredible.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, anybody who is in the Telegram group that helped organize this, here's how this came to be. John Dowie.
Yep.
Starts a group called the Insider Group on Telegram. And I'm like, why is Dowie adding me to this group?
Yep, me too.
And I'm like, okay, whatever. And he goes on a rant.
Yeah, he does.
I started this group because you're all the people I know who know how to get the word out and get stuff done. So he compliments us first. He's like, why the heck haven't we raised, and that's not the word he used the F, have we not raised more money for Jenni Hill's cancer situation? This is terrible. Like, I don't understand why her GoFundMe is only at like $8,000. So her GoFundMe quickly went up to about $15,000 after that. And so then we started saying, well, what else can we do? Because it's going to take more than what's already been raised for her. And so we came up with this idea. Well, we could donate stuff and do an auction. And then Jack's web guy, Tom, hopped in and built a website in like one day. And the poor guy today, because I threw a wrench at him today, spent, I think, 4 hours working on the website today instead of doing other things, but he got it done. He put it together, and then Toolman Tim and I talked about, well, how do we get the live part done? And we said, well, we'll bring people on to talk about how Jenni has touched their lives. And so we put a form up, and some people applied to be on. Earlier today, I just put the link out to everybody in that group. It would be really helpful to me, guys, in that group, if you could tell me what the total raised is at this point, cool, because I know it's gone up since we started. So I will type that in there as well. Justin says, if you'd like to donate to the GoFundMe, there's the link. But I know Dowie's going to hop on, but he keeps sending me pictures of him in the garden with his son. So I think he's not quite at the microphone yet. But I know that they had some pretty deep conversations at Jack Spirko's, and that was part of why he was motivated to help raise money for her. So I don't know.
I love these community things. I don't know, it was a month, 2 months ago. Do you know Renegade Butcher, Josh? He's on the expert council with Jack now as well. I just mentioned in passing, we had one litter of puppies one time. We had 2 Chihuahuas before we got one fixed. We sold one to a lady. Anyway, her house burnt down in the Alberta fires. He's like, hey, let's put something together. So 10 minutes later, we did this little thing where everybody raised Satoshis for her house. And I think like nobody knew her from Adam. All we did was post the story, and Josh and I handled it. And it was $300 or $400 we raised for her, simply out of the power of community. I had another example I was going to share that came out of this recently, and I can't remember. Oh, go back. Another story that so of course, me being a gentleman, in a marriage, I didn't have the experience that you guys have had talking about helping some of the ladies out of bad situations, And I remember, I'm pretty sure this was on an episode you did, Nicole. Was there a lady who maybe was from a different country and had some dogs and things? Or do you remember telling that story? Because it stuck with me. And it was somebody that you helped, or somebody in the community. We did it was just a very impromptu PayPal or Venmo or something. And that stuck with me because that was before I even knew who you were, really. Like, that was a few years ago. And again, I remember the house I was mowing when I heard that story.
It was somebody whose dog had been run over by her abusive husband, who was beating her too. And she had filed an order of protection, and he snuck back in the house and hurt her dog. And the woman had no money. Right. And so the vet, and it was like ground the skin off to the bone, hurt the dog, and the dog had to regrow skin. And having recently nursed my dog through that, I realized how bad it was. But yeah, we raised money to help pay vet bills. I made a deal it was local here. I made a deal with a local vet to keep the costs down. And that was a really tough situation, but we got her out of it. So, and the dog is still with her. But she was really originally from another country. So sure, that's where that comes from.
I don't know how I remember those little specifics, but
it was really interesting. Like she was German, and I speak German. And so the first time I went to talk to her, she was like super happy to be able to speak her native tongue because she was completely panicked at that point. But
so I grew up watching TV, and this is something a little off topic, but we really should have had a retro PBS logo on the screen today, because growing up, do you remember when they always used to do the fundraisers for PBS, donate $30 and get this handy dandy tote bag, that sort of thing. So it was, this is really nice. I've enjoyed this so far. Who put the beans in? You got Tactical out in the garden.
Tactical said, I was trying not to spin this out of context because it sounded dirty, but he said Nicole has other people in her garden. I'm like, people? Anyway.
I never even thought that. So, hey, whatever. Anyway.
So when you're a content creator, you have to always try to think that way, because you're going to say something that has more than one meaning. And and I said Tactical is planting beans because today has been a mad rush for me to get out of town to go to the Permaculture Technology Jamboree, which I'm flying to tomorrow. And we harvested the garlic, and the next thing that has to happen is beans are planted. But I also needed to roast all the orders, not only from the last few days, but for the whole next week. And then I wanted to be, ready for this without like dirt all over me. So I was like, could you just right before we went on, I handed him 2 packets of seeds, and I'm like, can you just plant these beans in that row, because then we'll have green beans until forever. And then of course, Tactical is as big around as my pinky. So Tennessee Permaculture had to say, he may trade them into who said it? Michael says, make sure to check on him later, Nicole. The beans might mistake him for a bean pole, and he might need saving.
No. And now they're saying that he's going to trade it in for a cow, the poor beans, the magic beans, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that is what it is. So that's what that whole bean thing. And that's, it's that kind of joking around that this community does. It just cracks me up. Like, people will bust your chops about stuff all the time. And I see, is it Dowie After Dark?
Oh my goodness.
There's up?
Mr. Dowie. How are you?
Dowie, the instigator of this entire situation, has graced us with his presence.
Nah, I didn't do anything.
See, he says that every time.
I just mentioned something, and other people did a lot of stuff.
I'll tell you what, some people did a lot of work who were not me.
Yeah, they did. That's the crazy thing about these events is that, you got one instigator, then you have some, behind the scenes doers who take care of all the clerical work that if I had to do it, I would pull out the 3 strands of hair I have left on the top of my head. And then you have people that are willing to talk, right? So, yeah, Brian Young's doing the countdown. I have not dropped a certain 4-letter F word yet. And now we have John Dowie on here. So how are you, Dowie?
How long do you think we can go?
Well, if it were just me and you, I would say about 10 seconds, brother. But
Right. It's 6:17 Eastern time. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Oh, looks like Brian has outbid Oxy
Oh,
again
nice.
in the Brian
actually-
and Oxy off.
I haven't been I was driving over here. Oh my God, what am I doing? Sorry. I'm trying
you're
to pay
probably
attention.
sleeping is what you were doing.
No, I was
Don't read the things. I will read the things.
Oh, okay, good. No, I was driving over here and watching it because that's legal. And then I I got here and I tried to get this apparatus to work correctly because it when I was last on Tim's show, I couldn't get it to work because I haven't used it in so long. And I don't know. Do I have a mouth to voice delay?
No,
No,
you're good.
you don't.
No, it looks like I do on my computer and it drives me insane.
Don't watch yourself.
Yeah. Oh well.
Then it'll be fine.
Yeah, I
Hey,
know.
tell us about your auction item here. I've got New
Wow.
Hampshire maple and more package.
Yeah,
There are
man.
like 5 of these up there. What do you got? What is this?
4, but I'll do 5.
Go 4. He'll do 5 though.
Whatever works, whatever makes it work. I have this up. This was the quickest thing I could get up. We had plans, something else didn't happen. You get, let me read it, a pint of I can't remember what we decided
A
on.
pint of Journey's End maple farm
There's a
dark
lot of-
maple syrup.
Yeah, there was a lot of discussion. Here's the way this is. The journey. So what I did in New Hampshire when I started selling for other restaurants or for other farms is I went out and I sought out the best of the best in the state. And as you can imagine, because we're inundated with sugar maples in the state, and it gets cold-ish, we get interesting syrup. And in my opinion, better syrup than even Canadistan, whatever
I
that
knew you were
joint
gonna say
is where
that.
Timothy lives. And I think better than Vermont all day. This is a guy, he lives in Pittsfield, New Hampshire. He harvests all his own sap. So that's something about the maple industry that I learned was that a lot of these guys buy sap and then boil it, and then they can label it that it's from the place where they're boiling it, which is ridiculous because I could go to the produce market in Boston and buy a pallet of tomatoes and just stick them in a box and then be like, New Hampshire tomatoes. But anyway, so it's actually New Hampshire maple syrup. It's not bought in sap. The guy harvested all himself in that area. He cooks it all down himself, everything. It's just him and his kid and his wife. And it is hands down the best syrup I've ever had in my life. It tastes like he puts butter in it, kind of. I actually accuse him of that constantly, and he denies. So you're going to get a pint of the best dark maple syrup on the planet, okay? And if you don't think that's true, fight me. And then you're also going to get she took it away. So you're also going to get hang on here. What else? I can't remember the variations we decided on. That's all.
Yeah, you got
what does that just
Blackwater
say, 1
apple
8 ounce?
cider mustard,
Why does it just say
Big
1 8
Pete's
ounce jar?
barbecue sauce, and an 8-ounce jar.
Yes. So the 8-ounce jar. All right, let's go back to just the 8-ounce jar last. So then you're going to get Big Pete's barbecue sauce, which is made in New London, New Hampshire for the Flying Goose brewery. And I just picked this stuff up on a whim from the guy who supplies me with my mustard. And it's not a super sweet barbecue sauce, and it's not a super smoky barbecue sauce, which I like because I find that most barbecue sauce are overdone on one of those two and not balanced. It's very balanced. It's got a lot of black pepper. It's awesome stuff. And it's not, like I said, not super sugary. So even a type 1 diabetic like myself, who's having blood sugar roller coaster rides on a day like today, can have some of that and not keel over and die in front of your family at the dinner table. So that's nice. Also, you'll get a jar of Blackwater apple cider mustard, handmade, small batch, no preservatives, no BS, up in Kentucky, New Hampshire. Say that 10 times fast. Kentucky, New Hampshire. With a lot of O's. And it's up in the middle of nowhere. Old dude, kind of crazy in a good way. Kind of looks like who's the guy from Back to the Future, the scientist, kind of looks like
Doc?
that guy. Yeah,
Doc
Doc Lloyd, something Lloyd.
Christopher
Anyway,
Lloyd.
yeah, Christopher Lloyd. Thank you. And anyway, that's irrelevant. Makes great mustard, small batch stuff, and everything is also that can be sourced in New Hampshire is sourced in New Hampshire. Obviously, we don't have a lot of mustard growing around here, so he does buy mustard seed. But the cider is from New Hampshire. And then where it says 1 8-ounce jar, that should say maple cream, which David Siegler, who was in this chat when I was driving and reading, can attest to, is basically crack made of reduced maple syrup. And I can't even be in the room with it, and my blood sugar goes up. So I stay out. We store it we actually rent a warehouse where we store it. No, I'm kidding. We get it in, and it's amazing. I don't even know how to use it because it's a weird item. It's like maple butter. Spread it on toast if you want to take the rest of the day off. So, but it's so good. I can't even begin to describe how good it is. And that's what you get. You get all that shipped for free. Come on.
In the U.S., right?
Yeah, and a contiguous.
So, like, if a Canadian
probably ship
bid,
it.
will you like work with them to also cover some extra
I
shipping?
could probably ship to Canada. I don't know how much more that would be. How much more would that really be? I don't think it's that much.
It can be more.
Yeah.
Tim
what
has
I
a
do.
secret way to get around it.
Give me a percentage.
Yeah, I have a post office box in Montana now, which if you
Well,
live
Tim-
close to the border, do that sort of thing.
If you live in Nunavut, you're not going to have a post office box on the border. So
Very
when somebody
true.
up there fishing for Arctic char
Then
wants
this
some
is what you do.
maple
You
crack,
send it to me, and then at my cost, I will forward it by dog sled straight to the North Pole.
That's exactly how it would be to go to Nunavut, right? Yeah, so I think maybe we can work Canada out. I almost misspoke and called it Canada. So yeah, that's what we have. And I think it's like a $60 value or something. So we're getting up there. That's good stuff. 4 of them. Buy that.
Yep.
Come on,
Does it
people.
does
They're
it
two
get
at
tipped in
50
one of your
and two
empty-
at 40, and we did get a bid on one recently. Like I think I saw a
Hey,
minute
look at
ago. $45. Thank you, Michael.
Nice.
I just happened to choose the one that he bid on. That was kind of cool.
Right. There's
We can
sorry,
see.
I'm opening a web page. I cannot multitask today.
Margot asked earlier if you get outbid, will you be notified? And the answer is yes, but check your spam folder just in case.
Someone
Just
outbid
in
me on the holy hand grenade.
Uh-oh. Let's just check in on the holy hand grenade
Hey,
because
someone outbid
that's
me.
what we're all interested in today.
And it's gone up by
Remind
$50.
me of those giveaways you do at Christmas where everybody brings a gift and one person is always trading for that gift. That's
Mean
what the hand
Christmas.
grenade's going to be today.
Yeah. And there was no bids till I bid on it on the way over here, legally driving. And
Right now, Brian is in the lead at 125.
Brian figures. Brian usurping me all the time.
Here's Letty, top of page 1, Nicole. I'm like, I don't
She's
know
a
why.
detailed person. Thank goodness.
She knows
Letty's
exactly.
here.
I should have her driving this.
This is great. There's a lot of bids since I last looked. So yesterday I looked and I added stuff up
Okay.
because I like to do that.
$4,739
That's way
up from like 20 something
That's
when we started
fantastic.
today. So thanks, guys. We've gone up several $1,000s. Keep bidding and maybe reach out to some friends who might want to bid on some of this really cool stuff to support Jenni Hill.
So
This reminds me of Christmas daddies.
There's my yes. So okay,
That's your wife, right?
I know that's my beautiful, much better half. Growing up in my hometown, this is every year we would do a thing called Christmas Daddies. It'd be on local cable access. I'm sure they filmed it on like Super 8 cameras or something. And you'd get all the absolute worst child singers in the world. They'd come on and everybody would clap like they're super talented and people would give money. And it's funny she said that because just as she was saying that, I was thinking, I feel like we need to look back at last year's numbers and compare them to this year because every year on the telephone, it's like, all right, it's the top of the hour. Let's roll up the numbers and see how we compare to this time last year. But unfortunately, fortunately, we didn't have to do this last year. So
I can tell you we're up over 4,000% over last year.
That's good numbers.
Yes.
And Dowie's a numbers guy. I mean,
We're crushing it.
he has so much stuff he has to store them in empty barrels. It's quite impressive, actually. You should see his house. His entire property is lined with barrels.
It is,
and that's to keep his money and numbers in and maple syrup.
That's exactly true. Don't tell any. Oh,
I just did. So I have a question. Will your maple syrup be shipped out in a custom John Dowie barrel?
no.
Too big, because they cube it, right? They weigh about a pound, but they're, what?
Yeah, my wife figured out because of this. So there's always plans on my end of like, oh, you know what we should do? We should donate these things, and then selfishly we should promote our website. Everybody go sign up at dowiefarm.com and then order syrup, and I'll ship it to you. And then I never set any of that shit up. So, but
that's not selfish. That is that we're all anarcho-capitalists or somewhere in between, and it's okay to do a value for value, even when we're helping people, John. It's cool. Yeah. I mean, you're on here. You have spent hours of your time putting all this together.
No, I have not.
The back, and doing your kind of coy little.
So before we go on, let me interrupt and say, I think we do need to thank two people in particular who did set this up and did a lot of the background work, and that is Letty Lou, who is in the comments, who handled entering all of these items and getting the pictures in, and I don't even know what else. And Tom, who built the website.
Oh my goodness!
If there are other people we should be thanking, like these guys put a lot of background time in on making this happen. So we really appreciate you getting that done. And they did not ask for money; they did it for Jenny. So thank you guys.
Yeah, they put in a massive effort.
Basically, massive effort.
Basically, what happened here was, however long ago, I was looking at the GoFundMe before it got big-ish, and I was angry because I was like, "This." Oh, I almost broke. Where were we at? We were at. I almost used the word. I was so close.
We almost got him to break.
I was like, this community can do so much better. This is ridiculous. And I started a Telegram group, and I was like, I just pulled in a whole bunch of people and was like, what do we got to do to make this happen? And it was just like, what do we have to do to make the GoFundMe happen more? So if you don't want to buy an item and you don't feel like doing that, you don't see anything you like, which I can't imagine, you can go to GoFundMe. I think there's probably a link in this live stream somewhere, and you can just give money, and that's fine. And that's fantastic. That went way high since I got angry. So that's fantastic. And then I said, what do we got to do? What do we got to do? And someone came up with the idea of an auction, and I don't know who, whatever. And then they jumped on it, like Letty and did we use the other guy's real name?
Tom.
Okay. I didn't know if
the
it was
TNC Tech guy. Look, he has 5 hours of tech consulting up that the bid is only at $150, which is not enough.
Yeah, no, not at all. So I didn't know if he was, you know what I mean, anonymous. But so he they both have done amazing stuff. And then everybody who donated stuff, that's great. And look at this community making shit happen. I love it.
Me too.
Oh, so anyway,
it's up to 300 now. You guys, Tom knows how to get stuff done, and I need some work done. So.
Oh, did you just do that?
I just did that.
Nice.
I can bid too, right?
Yes, absolutely. I've bid.
That's how easy it was to bid. I put my name, my email, and a dollar amount.
I'm winning on a couple things that I'm not.
We're up to $300. Jesse, eat my dirt.
There's a new item.
Was that
a new auction item? Just list it that Letty just added.
Oh yeah.
Let's look.
Letty's organization services for $100.
What does that mean?
She will fly anywhere in the continental United. No, I'm just kidding. I'm completely BS.
I thought you were serious. I'm like, dude, I'm like,
1 hour virtual consultations on how to declutter and organize your room, your home, or whatever. These will be 4 separate sessions to help you identify the issues and work with you along the way to get it cleaned up.
Sorry, Letty.
I'd have to be able to organize to find my.
How close are we to $5,000? That's how close. 49.34, guys.
And I just happened to look at the GoFundMe, and it's $23 shy of 15,000 as well. Wow. So
yeah,
pretty close to 20 grand.
Let me see.
Apparently, Letty does not fly.
Yeah, I understand.
How far are we from 5?
We are
49.34.
Math. $76.
66.
No, 66. Sorry, 66.
Yeah, it's okay.
Get your
Trying to find
kids
something I can make.
en route.
Oh, my
Big
smart ass
thing.
wife. She can say that because we are literally in separate countries right now. So
Becky suggests that you bid on that because of your garage.
Are you
you
talking
know
to me
what,
or Tim?
Mrs. Cook? I think you should go ahead and bid on that for me, and I will graciously accept the incredible skills of Letty.
Yes.
Nicole just said to a live stream with like probably 75% men. Becky said you should bid on that because of your garage, and every guy, including myself, went, "Wait, I should."
Right.
'Cause I could probably pull up a live camera shot of my garage, and oh my god, it's awful. and I had a fuel leak in my garage out of my old school Stephen Harris system.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and there's gas all over the floor in there now that's soaked into pressure treated wood chips from my new planer. And I walked into my garage the other day and I was like, it really smells like gas in here. What are the odds my garage blows up? And then I asked some people because I don't have time to get to it. And I just opened now. So my garage door has been wide open for like 4 days with a fan blowing.
It'll be fine. I've had the same thing happen. I mean, I say this with literally zero knowledge of combustibles, but I can tell you that I also had the same thing on a very hot day. You know, the seam where they join is that where yours started pissing out too?
No, these were 5-gallon dishwasher chemical buckets that I used to use for this system, which, I got them over 10 years ago.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. That's
a
fun.
bid has come in.
So yours burst at the seams?
Yeah, mine did. They go whoop, and then it has helped in the wintertime now that I have heat in my garage. So yeah,
but what?
My garage, friggin' New Englander. What do you call it? A car hold?
The car bureau. I don't know. I just call it garage like a normal person, Tim. You and your weird.
John, I love you and I have met you, but there is never any.
No, you have not.
I mean, we have met.
Thank you, Kathy, for the bid on the handmade crocheted market tote. And thank you, Michael Leonito, for bidding on Letty's organization services.
So
Keep
we're over.
going, guys.
So interesting. I would. What was the word that you just described yourself? Normal. Yeah, that would not be the word I would use to describe John Dowie. Many things. A friend, yes, even though, I let him down last year once, but I still can. Yeah. Anyway, John's a good dude.
So this hand forged fireplace set, Chris mentioned in comments that it does include free shipping in the United States, guys. So if you're worried about shipping on that, it's part of it.
Oh, Mrs. Cook. See, my wife, we hit $5,000. So apparently, Toolman Tim, you and Mo Sislak, knowing the phrase car wide, wondered if anybody else would get that Leighton Simpson's reference. Thank you, Pack Rat. I really appreciate it. That was a deep cut. Wow.
I had never heard that.
That's, yeah.
Okay, Dowie, tell us how you know Jenny.
Hang on. I had to pull the protective coating off my keyboard. That's very important. So I met.
This is ADHD in the real life.
I did not know Jenny until what was the last TSP fall? It was
last fall.
2020. What year is that? 2? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I met her at 2021. Was that the one she went to?
She went to 2022.
Okay.
It was just last fall. It was not that long ago.
Oh, really? No, I had to have met her before that. Maybe did she go to 2?
No.
I met her before that because since then she sent me Comfrey, which I have a picture of. I'm going to try to get my OBS studio to work. So I forgot my train of thought. Oh, so I went to a TSP fall workshop. Let's just call it that, right? And she was there, and I was like, there's never any women there. There's always like 3. There's you, there's Dorothy, there's Teresa. But like as far as paid attendance go, there's never. And I always feel like people need to go to the people that are new to these things and kind of make them feel welcome. Because I know we can kind of, since it's been going on for so long, we can definitely get kind of cliquey with the veterans, So yeah, I'm like, and especially like a woman and it kind of got clear she wasn't like there with a husband or a family, and then I'm like, wow, like she kind of probably feels a little awkward, maybe. Had no idea she knew all of you. So I kind of just was like, hey, how are you? You know, whatever, you know, just cordially like, how are you? And then she was super, super friendly, you know, like as we all know. And we hit it off pretty good right away because we kind of have similar personalities and just, you know, hanging out, whatever. I don't even know if she was drinking. I was. And because that's why I don't remember if she was drinking. And
Apparently it was 2021, not 2022.
Okay, that
Sorry.
makes sense.
My
That
bad.
makes sense. I just couldn't remember if it was middle of COVID TSB or the next one.
No, it was the
So,
next one.
Yeah, both of them were really good. So anyway, we hit it off well. It was late, karaoke night, that kind of stuff. Just a lot of fun and just like a fun person to be around, you know? And I love that because when I'm drinking and having a good time, especially when I go to Jack's, because if you know me, what is it, July 2nd? I haven't taken a day off yet this year. So I'll take a day off when I go to Jack's probably, you know?
Yeah.
So I need to like, cut loose when I'm there. So anybody who assists in me just, I almost used the word again, messing stuff up when I'm at Jack's, right? You know, it's great. So, you know, we were hanging out. And then I was like this, and then so Jenny's like me, but sometimes people like me kind of freak me out, you know? So I can only imagine how people that are subjected to me in person feel. And I was like, oh my God, this chick's nuts. And then I talked, and then Sean, so I still have no idea that she knows all of you. And Sean's like, oh, this is just how she is, Mills. And I'm like, oh, you guys know her? And like, it was cool. But anyway, great time. So fast forward to spring 22 or summer or something like that. And wow, look at all these. And you were there, Brian. You just don't remember because you drink more than me. So but nobody would know it. He's like a secret drinker. So yeah, so yeah. Oh, 2022 summer maybe. I have had this string of horrible luck growing comfrey on my property, which makes no sense because it's wicked easy to grow, right? I've thrown seedlings out there. I've tried to start seeds in my grow. Nothing ever works. I've brought in roots. Someone sent me some years ago. I have no idea who it was. It died immediately. So Jenny, I was mentioning in the Survival Podcast Telegram group that I was looking for some comfrey. And why not go to the community first, right? And she just was moving away soon, right, from your apartment there or whatever was going on, right? Something like that. And she had comfrey, and she's like, I'll send you some of mine. I'm moving anyway. All right. And I'm like, how much do you want? And she would not take any money, even for shipping, which that's hard for me to do. But what are you going to do? You're going to say no? So it shows up, and I ignore the shit out of this comfrey for too long. It sits in a Ziploc bag. It gets moldy because I suck at this stuff, right? Once I get it in the ground, I'm great at it. But like being on top of shit, not good. So, and then I finally, oh my God, I have to do something with this comfrey. It's never going to grow. So I put it in my greenhouse, in some dirt, whatever. And it did. It kind of grew, some of it. And then I spread it around my property in pots that summer. It did okay. And then this year, there's one that I put in my garden, and it's monstrous. And it's awesome. Let me see if I can make this. There we go. That's me. I'm 6 foot, almost 3. I've shrunk a little in my old age. And that I held the camera purposely so you can see that it's up to my neck and it's not like at an angle. You know what I mean? So it doesn't, you know what I mean? It's not like a weird angle. It's not like when like on my OnlyFans account, I put my camera at a different angle so everything looks better. But on that, I made sure that I didn't do that. And there's my kid, because why not throw in a picture of my kid when he had a shite load of hair? Anyway, I cut all that off. But it's huge. You can see this barrel that I have it planted in, and the leaves are as big as my kid's head. Wow. And that's like, it's rocking, man. So if we do this again, I'm going to harvest some roots from that and put those up in the auction. I just didn't get a chance to. And I don't know how, and I don't want to kill everything. But it's now that picture, you saw there was sun, which we haven't had in New Hampshire for like 3.5 weeks. So that pictures like 3 weeks ago. It is now grown to the size. It's taller than me, and it has fallen over. It's massive. Anyway, so she sent me comfrey. That's the only successful comfrey on my property. I don't know.
Yes.
Comfrey story. Figured to appeal to this audience because everybody loves comfrey here. Right?
Everybody does love comfrey.
I say to people to come to my house all the time. They go, "What's that?" I go, "It's comfrey," and they have no. Oh, I almost used the word. They have no idea what comfrey is.
Dude, it's true. I didn't know until a couple of years ago. I found out what it was, and then all of a sudden it's like this secret code word amongst everybody in our communities.
Yeah.
Brian, you've been outbid.
Oh. Who's been outbid? Well, I know. Like I say that like I'm bummed out when people get outbid. Oh no!
Look, somebody sent me
money.
this karaoke picture. I don't know if they've got one of Dowie coming my way or not. I was madly scrolling for them, and then Tim, karaoke Tim, like tagged me.
Yeah, where's karaoke Tim? Is he in here?
He's in chat. I'm sure he's watching too.
He's got every photo.
He's got every photo. So this is typical. Typical.
What's crazy about this being typical is it's Texas and everybody's in winter clothing, including me, and I'm always colder than everybody else. Texas has its own kind of cold. It's very strange.
Tennessee permaculture bid on the metal paperweight and coasters. I'm trying to listen, but time to feed the critters. That's okay. We'll be here when you get back from feeding the critters.
Don't worry, Mike. I will text you if you get outbid.
In fact, so my first time at TSP Fall Workshop, I drove down with Tennessee Permaculture Mike, and it was exactly as you said. You walked into a room full of men that you did not know. I knew Mike. I hadn't met Jack Spirko yet. I just knew Mike. And the only saving grace I had was I was presenting how to roast coffee, and people had seen that and reached out to me and talked to me about that. I very quickly got passed off to Jake Robinson.
Oh, no.
Dear.
And I talked to him for at least 3 hours at that point. And yeah.
3 hours.
Did you talk or did he talk?
He talked.
Were you sober?
Yeah, he talked. Be honest, Nicole. It's okay.
Were you sober?
I was sober, unfortunately. I was too shy to hit the beer, right? So like I had brought some stuff with me. And then by the end of that, like the famous story of me laughing at people getting shocked by the electric fence while being a little too tipsy for the barter blanket happened. But it was, it's definitely, there are more women there than 3 now, Dowie, though. So we have some new auction items, though. So
I exaggerate.
You
What do you
do.
want from me?
I've never known you to exaggerate once, Dowie. I don't understand. Never.
You know, 2 things about me. I never exaggerate, and I'm always right.
And you sound just like Bill Burr.
Okay. We now have web hosting for a year for free at getahostnow.com. It's up for auction.
Oh, I should just bid on that. It's
You
like
should bid on that right now,
It's
Dowie.
like a coupon for my 5-year-old website that I've never used.
And our friend Patrick Rorman at MT Knives has just said 10 knives sharpened.
Nice. That's
so
a lot more.
That's
than that.
pretty darn badass. Is that a bad word?
Yes. No.
That's not the word we're trying to avoid today.
Nicole, it's Sunday.
Yeah?
Watch your mouth, please.
All right. Thank you, MT Knives, and thank you, MT Brand. MT Brand, you better donate to get that knife sharpening from MT Knives. Thank you, Patrick, and thank you, Josh from Get a Host Now.
Oh, I think not Rorman. Did we? Sorry, I'm jumping ahead on the comments. Nicole, apologize. Letty said not Rorman. I'm just wondering if she meant it wasn't from him or if we spelled the name wrong.
Oh, I have an MT Knives belt sharpening system, so it is not. I just saw MT Knives there.
Oh.
Who is it? Who is it?
Chris Plim from CKC Ranch.
Oh, Chris Plim. All right. Still 10 knives sharpened. There's already a bid for $50 there and $75 for Get Enough Host Now for a year. They are not no, there are no bids yet. I'm misreading my things. But
if you ask me, Chris is better at it than Patrick.
Nobody asked you, so it's okay.
Oh, Patrick's gonna punch you in the nose next time he sees you.
It's not like he works out.
We
or
need to
anything.
have a knife sharpening off. I think that'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
That
Yep.
actually would be really cool.
I also think we need a wing eating contest.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, charity wing eating contest. What are we even doing with this auction? Scrap the whole plan. I have a new idea.
Yes. Oh, ADHD has arrived again.
All the ranch dressing you can eat.
Oh, disgusting.
I knew it. I got him going.
Blasphemy.
So get a host now. I host with PA Prepper. Do you, Nicole?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Or not?
Uh,
Yeah.
Living Free in Tennessee is totally there, along with
All three
other
of us.
random ancillary projects.
John
All three
as
of us
well?
do. Actually, so no, I just pay him, and then I also host on Wix
Okay.
because I'm lazy and I don't have time to get to the rest of the project.
Yes.
Justin
I
from
pay
30 Day
both.
Reviews also. I mean,
Yeah.
Josh is an incredible dude that anytime there's an issue, and he goes above and beyond, and
Yeah.
probably doesn't, I'm not even going to say probably, he definitely doesn't charge enough for what he does. He's incredible. And I messaged Nicole a couple years ago, Nicole, who do I need to get to host my website? And without even hesitation, she said, get a host now. And I've been with him ever since.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's great. He's great.
So Samantha says she can't see the new items. Go to the auction page, hold down your shift key and hit refresh. Sometimes
shift.
the caching gets in the way. I'm just hitting refresh and they show up
Should be right at the top.
right at the top of page 1. So we're talking about doing a wings contest next. Oh,
we
she
are?
got it.
I was kidding. But I'll do it.
I would
Yes.
do it. I think you'd probably beat me though, Dowie. I really
could we-
do.
How could we do this live, like a Zoom?
Well, we would
Or
have
whatever.
to one on our face and a second camera on our plate to make
Yeah.
sure we're not cheating.
But how are we going to judge bone cleanup? That's a very important part of a wing eating contest. If you're one of those people that just nibbles around the center and I don't
What
like
do
the
we weigh them
cartilage,
before
why
we
don't you go
start?
get some boneless, skinless, tasteless chicken breast if you want to do that. All right, don't
That
eat
is very
wings.
true.
No, I mean it'd have to be honor system.
Yep.
I think we can do it.
So would it be like how many you could eat fast or just how many you could eat, period?
Hmm.
Because I don't want you to go into a diabetic coma. I would feel really bad about that.
Well, buffalo sauce, also known as hot sauce in Buffalo, and blue cheese and wings are basically no carb. So I don't have to worry
Every
about
time
that.
we talk about it, it always goes back to blue cheese.
Yeah. Well, if
Is
you're
it going to
eating
be
ranch,
bone in or boneless?
there's who?
Don't.
What? That's not even a wing. You
I
don't
think
know.
I
Ask
just
for,
saw-
do you go down to your car repair place and ask for a boneless oil change? It's not even a thing.
Well, I do. I get synthetic. That's the same thing.
No. I will drive to Canada, even if they don't let me into that shithole. Oh, and I will fight you, Tim.
Oh, the Band-Aid just got half ripped off. It got half ripped off.
Oh,
Well, you know
so
what?
close.
This could be just like what's the android there? Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk having their big cage match. Maybe we could be on the undercard. You
All right, let me
fight for
clear
blue
up.
cheese and I fight for ranch dressing.
Let me lay out the wing rules. It's very simple, folks. We have this thing called Wingtober. All right. You have to eat 10 chicken wings. Wow, I hope I can remember the rules. You have to eat 10 chicken wings a day. Oh no, sorry, that's not right. 5 chicken wings a day. I should just go to the Telegram channel and pull up the rules. Since I made it up, you'd think I'd be able to remember it. Is it 5 or 6, Brian? Where are you?
It's 5 because you
5?
have to do more than 1 chicken per day, which makes planning for it, if you raise your own chickens, really
Oh.
difficult.
Yeah, I didn't really think of. I mean, the rules were just sort of just make.
And
this
a
work.
wing,
There you go.
the drum, and the other part are considered individual wings. In air
Yes.
quotes.
Yeah. So each section is considered a wing. Here's Wingtober. Let me find the rules, folks. I can get you some rules. All right. Minimum 5 wings a day, every day from October 1st to Halloween.
Wait. David Siegel will pay $500 to watch YouTube box. Are you guys going to do that?
Do you want to do that? Do you know how to box, Tim?
Yeah, I would. Sure. I've never boxed a day
This-
in my life. I've never
Okay.
swung a punch in anger, but sure.
We should not do this because this could be like the Elon Zuck thing because I used to box.
Oh, it would not be good.
All
I
right.
just hit on you.
That's fine though. I'll be nice. Because I used to box, I know how to not hit you hard. Also.
That's true.
A day is defined at whatever. I'll just get right to the wing rules. So each section is a wing, okay? The only dipping sauce allowed with buffalo wings is blue cheese. Now that's important because if you want to eat ranch with wings, that's fine. Just use some other sauce that's not hot sauce. Or the real hack is mix your hot sauce with barbecue sauce and then dip it in ranch, because that's amazing.
You
All
should have
right.
told me that earlier. Anyway,
I did. It's right in the rules, Tim. What, you can't read?
listen, John Dowie, had enough of you.
What if you miss a day,
though?
though?
So wings are not breaded. That's called a wing ding. All right. So no breading, no
I see a wing
boneless
ding.
chicken chunks. That's not a wing. And if you miss a day, the next day you have to what is it? Oh, I can't remember. This has been so long since October. The penalty for missing a day is the following day you must eat 12 wings instead of 5. Okay. You're only allowed to miss one day a week, or you're out. And I eliminated one word from that sentence too.
I can't believe how many times he's caught himself.
Like 6 already.
Yeah.
Should be a counter. And for every time I don't drop an F-bomb, someone should donate $100.
You imagine if we'd have done this. John and I did a 3-hour stream of consciousness rant show. It was basically talk radio a couple months back. And if we ended up doing that, oh my God, we would have ended up. We'd be so broke. It'd be like, in the Celebrity Jeopardy when they lose and they're in like $17,000 in the minus. That's
Right.
what it would be.
We just do it. It's called the Swear Jar Charity Podcast.
That would be good.
So we also have some donations of some hardware here in case you haven't checked them out.
Those are nice, yeah?
They're very nice.
I don't know anything
These
about
are
that.
some high-end things.
I used to sell hardware for a living. This is top-notch hardware. So
Yep.
I'm telling you.
I'm kind of interested in this one.
Whoa, we got some action in Maple Syrup Land. All right.
Ooh.
Is Letty in the live stream? Could she add a 5th?
If Letty hears this, add a 5th, but she was just about to leave the live stream, so.
Well,
Yeah.
All right, here's the deal. Go to dowiefarm.com. Sign up for my email list starting today, and I will pick one person and send you a free thing of syrup. And then when I finally get everything live later today for shipping of my syrup, mustard, honey, all those products, I will figure out some percentage to donate to the GoFundMe. Does that work?
Cool.
That's a pretty sweet offer.
I like it. I should just open up a window and start working on it right now.
Is there an email sign up at jennyhill.livingfreeintennessee.com?
I don't know.
Oh, we're at $5,285. All right, guys.
Nice.
Thank you. Nobody told me what they bid on, but I'm guessing we need to go check the Holy Grail. I mean, the Holy Grenade.
I
keep saying Grail. I don't know why.
No,
of
it's
Antioch.
from that movie. It's from that movie.
Yeah.
I know. I've seen the movie.
Well,
so
you're not far off.
Samantha is in the running at 150.
Man.
Also wanted to say that the GoFundMe has now peaked over 15,000. We're at $15,250.
Nice.
Thank you to whoever did that. That's
Woohoo!
I'm not going to bed until the total between the two is 25 grand. You have to listen to my ass.
And you know what? Some people you'd say are full of shit, but not Dowie. He'll just stay up all night and all day, and
I'm going to be awake anyway.
He'll live off of processed American cheese and hot dogs for the next 3 days.
I've got like 30 hot dogs here at this office and an entire 5-pound block of American cheese. So don't mess with me.
Oh yeah, I'm taking American cheese and that stupid canned American cheese back with me.
I love that you go to the United States and it's like, oh, I have to go to live free in Tennessee. But the real reason is I
American cheese slices,
American
baby.
cheese.
Oh, and I bring Canadian bacon down to trade for American cheese slices, so that's how we keep things even.
You could bring me some real Molson or Labatt's.
I will do that.
Is it different up there still? That used to be a thing.
It is. We'll tell that joke on one of my live streams sometime because I'm not telling it here.
There's a joke?
There's a really good joke about American beer. So,
well, none of us drink Bud Light anymore, so you might have to modify your joke.
I did see the box today had a great big $10 off coupon on the side of it. I was like, oh man.
So I was buying beer at crappy Walmart yesterday because I just happened to be there, and they didn't have any specials on Bud Light, and I'm doing a 4th of July barbecue, and some of my friends are coming, whatever. And, of course, we like to screw with each other. I was looking to buy just like the smallest amount of Bud Light I can get, and I was just going to be like, someone asked for a beer. I'm like, yeah, here you go. I was just going to do that to them. And there was 0 coupons at Walmart. So I was like, not doing it. If I'm going to buy it, I want it for free, essentially,
So why are you celebrating Canada Day on the 4th of July? You're 3 days late, buddy.
Is Canada a country?
I think. Oh, Sue, you got me there. I don't know. I'm not sure. We just waited around till the Queen got tired of us. So,
yeah, still doing the Queen thing.
Well, not particularly. I think it's more the King thing now. But
still doing that monarchy stuff up there.
I think so. Yeah, it's an awful thing. So who else do we have? What other? I was trying to think of who else donated anything interesting. Oh, that's a sweet picture right there.
There's a good picture of Dawn and Jenny.
That's a great picture.
Yeah.
They're both very photogenic, unlike John and myself.
Yeah, I can't believe this is on video.
Why?
Look at this. What a mess.
I don't feel bad.
I busted out the straight razor today.
You did pretty good.
Not bad, huh?
Not bad at all.
I'm going to try to find how I can set up shipping.
I figured podcasting would be easy because I had such a good face for radio, but then live streaming became a thing, and then I got screwed. So here we are.
Right? Isn't that Spirko's thing? I have a fate. He didn't want to do whatever. Now he doesn't give a shit.
Well, I remember that he didn't want to use Zoom to record podcasts for a long time, but then when we started on Loose the Goose and found StreamYard, he was like, I have found my way to do this live, which is great. We're up to 5322, guys. Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. Woohoo! Let's see how
Yeah.
close we can get to 6,000 next. Here's another. This is not Jenny, but the hat that is being worn in this is the one that she has threatened to wear to cover her bald head.
That's awesome. I want that.
Yeah. That's Sean and Brian at the Living Free in Tennessee workshop.
That was last year. wasn't
Goose
it?
hats. That was 2022.
Look at
Yes,
how much
it was.
younger Brian looked just a year ago.
It's unreal. I was going to say the same thing about Sean, but I didn't want to be that guy. But here we are.
I mean, I feel like we could get Brian on and just let Brian and Dowie go at each other for a while.
It'd be
He's
quite
actually-
fun, actually.
He's actually better at it than I am. The ribbing.
Yeah. Where's Brian Young's
I
hat?
thought we were talking about wings, but I'll talk about ribs too. I'll eat ribs all day long.
Michael wants to know where you got that flag,
I
Dowie.
think I just probably China.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think I just got it on Amazon. If you go on Amazon and just search funny flags, then that's so many good things come up. Speaking of Amazon, my thought, I was taking a shower today. You're welcome for that image. And I had a thought that we should have weeks ago set up a Amazon link for this, right? An affiliate link.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work though, so I shouldn't have said that out loud on the live stream. I probably should have said that in the Telegram group. But you know what? It's me, and that's what you get.
I think Jenny did set up, or somebody set up a wish list, an Amazon wish list for her, which is not quite the same thing, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, I
she
wonder if she
set up
can-
her own wish list, and a couple of things she's had on it. She's really been glad she had them.
Yeah, I wonder if she can piggyback that onto it. We can figure that out.
That's something I don't know about the affiliate program. We'd have to look.
Come on,
This
Nicole,
is
figure it out right now.
apparently, a magazine cover has been created. Canadian
That's
Viper Twins.
Oh my goodness. Yep.
This is what happens when the network gets their creativity on.
I love that. I don't have a friend close enough to make that picture with me, but that was the most depressing thing I've ever said. But well, I have one friend that I would do it with, but he's more unreliable than me, so he would never show
Yeah.
up.
Is he
But,
the dude you used to podcast with?
No. He's even more unreliable than that lately. He's actually, I don't know. I need to do that. Oh, here we go. Shipping. Oh,
Self-Reliance Festival.
Here, so guys, just to highlight another thing, we've only got 4 bids in for this one. Self-Reliance Festival is October 14th and 15th. Details are at selfreliancefestival.com. Tim, are you speaking there?
I am absolutely speaking there. I'm going to be talking. I'd be a ramped up slightly condensed version of what I spoke about at LFTN, but it's 100% going to be all about murdering. Yeah, I can use that word. Yeah, murdering the poverty lifestyle. And I'm stoked. Self-Reliance Festival was incredible last year, and I cannot wait to get there again. We talk about community, but this is the place, and it's quickly becoming the event to be at. And this, I think there's going to come a point pretty soon where Self-Reliance Festival is going to be like the big music festivals where it spans 2 weekends and you have all these connecting events in between, because that's what it really feels like. Because this, what is it called? The Mega Pack?
This is the Mega Pass. So for 2 days before Self-Reliance Festival, Thursday, Friday, Zero to Hero with Ham Radio with Evan Dixon teaching. And I've heard great things about this class. Like, he's done a number of them around the country. Great teacher. And he demystifies how to use a radio. So it's not all technical electrical engineering stuff. It's like how to use the radio right. So that's one. And then Backwoods Butcher cannot wait to be at SRF. Yep, we're having a butcher off at Self-Reliance Festival. Then we have the 2-day event, which is vendors, activities, presentations, demonstrations of heritage skills, all sorts of cool stuff. And then Monday is a poultry processing class with Joel Salatin. During the event, Chuck Peoples is doing a advanced homestead first aid, which is advanced wound care, which is super helpful. And, you know, like, once you stop the bleed, then what do you do to take care of somebody? That's a 4-hour training. And it includes post-event recordings. It includes a free digital pass and parking at Big Daddy's lot. The value for this, if you bought it retail, would be well over $900. And they are on sale right now on early bird pricing, I think at $850, but I could be wrong about that. It could be a little bit different. Right now, the high bid is $400, and it goes to Will Be Cool right now. So if you're wanting to bid on a Self-Reliance Festival Mega Pass that was donated by John Willis from Special Operations Equipment and myself.
I didn't ask, is there, you might have mentioned it and I missed you saying it, but are we having, like, is there a dinner that night as well?
There is a dinner. It's not part of that pass. The VIP pass has the VIP dinner. Okay. And that will happen as well. That's a different pass that you can get at selfreliancefestival.com.
In early bird pricing until August 1st, right?
Until August 1st. And tickets are refundable minus your credit card processing fee until August 15th. So if you think you can come, grab your early bird pricing because it goes up after August 1st. But you do kind of got to know by August 15th. So anyway.
Tim, you're going to be talking about the poverty mindset at Self-Reliance Festival.
Yes.
People will get to see that.
Yes.
Must be nice.
I was just waiting for the punchline. I'm like, I'm not giving him any more ammunition.
It must be nice. It must be nice.
Yes. If you want to know, if you want to really razz me up, just use those words, must be nice, around me, and you will absolutely get a reaction. It'll probably be funny the first couple times, but
yeah. All right, folks.
Here's another cool thing, and that's a relaxing sleep and inspiring productivity tea set. Ooh. And right now it's up to $100, and its sleep tea uses a combination of herbs to help you not only fall asleep but stay asleep without feeling groggy in the morning. A good night's sleep is so important for everything that we do. Make sure that you get the sleep you need. Inspiring productivity tea. So this is a set of tea. Whether you're looking for a midday pick-me-up or morning to get to work tea, this blend is great for either. Use this tea blend on the daily to help you feel motivated in the morning or midday. Motivation in a cup to help you run your daily life. Thank you, Dark Sky Herbs. So thank you, Dark Sky Herbs, for donating this tea package.
Dawn Mills has a comment there. She said the movie poster that you brought up earlier, the Viper Twins, apparently there's some text on there that we need to read if we're allowed to read it.
If I bring it up, can you read it and I mute and disappear and come back in like 3 minutes?
Yeah, I'll do my best here. I'll see how good the pic. It's so small.
John needs coffee. I needed to make one that says Nicole needs to pee.
I'm good. You go right ahead. I will just, I'm telling you, if there's one thing I can do, it's talk. So here we are.
I know. So we were like, okay, let me find the picture. I need to get it up. Okay, there it is. And then I do this and I do this. Can you see that well enough to read it?
Yeah, from the team that brought you Moral Mushrooms, amazing human being. Absolutely. I honestly think these two should probably do a sequel to Step Brothers. They could call it Step Sisters, and it would be incredibly humorous. Now, see if I can, there we go. We got you guys back. So let's see. Who do we got in here now? I was going to shout out to Backwoods Butcher. They said there was going to be a butcher off at Self-Reliance Festival. And for those of you who don't know Kyle, he's an actual butcher in very nearby John Dowie. But the cool thing is his name didn't actually come from being a butcher. He used to be an independent wrestler and just kept his name Backwoods Butcher and kind of moved over into a field that more suited his technique. So I thought that was rather an interesting story that's 100% true. And Renegade Butcher, who I mentioned earlier, is also going to be there. And I heard maybe we'll have some tag team wrestling where the two of them will team up and do that. I see Pack Rat in here, says that his girl is the high bid. I believe that's on the Sleepy Tea right now. I don't have control over the screen to bring up any more of the items, but let's check in on the GoFundMe. We are at 15,250. I know we appreciate that. That's a great top up. We made it over that hump for 15,000, and I now see Brian Young has put the bid up to $12,300 on the Holy Hand Grenade. So that was a very generous offer on your part, Brian Young. Totally legit. I'm blown away.
Yes. Did somebody ask for me to show the auction items again? Is that what I heard?
I know. I was going to start talking about some of the auction items there, but what's written on the bottom? Oh, did I miss what was written?
Produced and directed by your mom. That's what she said.
Oh, that's what she said. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Jenni Hill auction. Yep, there's the URL again to go by. Somebody mentioned how quick your trip was, Nicole. So bathroom's right there. So
I was not wasting time.
No, I was all right. Yeah. John Dow almost came back. Apparently, it's snowing in New Hampshire right now for just a minute. But,
yeah.
And now we got a pot of coffee. There we are. Oh, there's John Dowie. He's back.
I just kept clicking the wrong shit.
John Dowie. We missed you there for a little bit, bud.
What we got here? Oh my God! Look at this stuff. Look at all the shit that I have on this thing. Sorry. All right.
All the what? Oh.
Hey, he's done well.
Look at this.
What is? I can't even see what you're doing.
So this is an example of impromptu pop-up karaoke at the Holler Homestead. It's a very dark picture. This was the going away party we threw for Jenny when she moved out of the Holler to Oklahoma. And you can see that we have a kind of crudely put together computer monitor, and the wall of tomatoes is behind us because this was when they were still, they're actually that way now, but this was last year. And that's Melissa White singing with Jenny, and I'm in the middle, in case you don't know who that is. Oh, I was wearing a dress. Wow, I never do that. So just another picture of Jenny having fun. She was always the first to hop up behind the mic. I have no idea what we were singing, though. Tim has disappeared.
Tim, you need a logo. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, Ray Pierre, welcome to us. We're raising money for Jenni Hill's cancer. If you want to check out the auction items, they are at jennihill.livingfreeintennessee.com. Anybody new to the feed, check out the auction items there. If you go there and wonder what to do next, click on auction home, which is up. It's just auction home is in the upper menu navigation. You can see all of the great things that have been donated by people in the community to help raise money for Jenny to pay for her cancer treatment. Looks like we did get your additional maple number 5.
Nice.
Get it done. Yeah, it is there.
It sounds like we could rework Mambo number 5 to Maple number 5, John.
Right.
Wow.
That's impressive. Yeah.
What?
Just how well you were. I couldn't hum I can't carry a tune to save my life. Can't even carry it in a bucket. So.
I just don't remember the words.
That
Or I would have sung something.
Is that
on
that
that one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that one.
Maple number 5. Yeah,
I just know how to count. That's all.
that's good.
Yeah.
You've made progress since last
Number
time. we
5.
spoke.
I had to teach my kid.
Yeah. It's nothing like teaching that helps a person learn, right,
I had
brother?
to learn it. Shit, I'm gonna have to learn all these numbers now.
Oh,
on, my
Pac-Man.
chair's
Yeah, we
messing
should have
up.
had an electronic swear jar.
I need
I
a
should
chair
also
that doesn't.
mention
I need a
that if
chair that
anybody
doesn't.
super chats, that money obviously this evening will be going to Jenny as well. So
Yeah, any
everybody's
super
like,
chats
you
will
know
go to
what?
Jenny, but YouTube takes like 40%. So
Yeah, it
if
sucks.
you want to donate directly, go to the GoFundMe.
Yeah,
They don't. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's better.
Yep.
They take PayPal and GoFundMe, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think you
Sure.
have to use PayPal there, but I could be wrong.
Is
It
that
could
the
be
one?
something.
I feel
Yeah.
like. Hold on, I'm gonna go find out.
Kickstarter was a little bit different when we did. I think I can't. Man, it doesn't matter. I think I don't think you could use PayPal for Kickstarter. I think
Where's
when
this?
I went in there
Where's the link?
for
Thank you.
for
Oh, there it is.
GoFundMe, there it is.
GoFundMe. I should open up the YouTube.
Oh, we have a new outbid. Brian Young has outbid Oxymoron for the Holy Hand Grenade.
Oh,
I just don't get it. I don't know. I mean, we
I
probably
want it so bad.
Oh, you're muted, Nicole. There we are. Can you hear John Dowie? I see your lips moving, Nicole, but no. Oh, her battery just died on her cordless mic.
Oh,
She said,
that's
"How
what you get.
convenient it'll be to go cordless because she can walk around and do shit." Oh, hey, look, John, we're twins.
Is it blue? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't talk into it like this. It doesn't work right.
Yes, it's pretty good. I just keep it off to the side. I'm
Not bad.
in a hotel room doing. I've been practicing doing this whole mobile
OnlyFans?
office thing, and it's working pretty good. So
OnlyFans.
yeah, I've made a ton of money.
You don't want that mess at home.
Yeah, well, the cool thing is, I signed up and people started paying me not to post. It's the best.
I bet you can hear me now.
We can hear you now.
Was gonna
2
do
is 1, 1 is none.
that. I was legitimately going to do a Dowie Farm OnlyFans and just, I'm sure someone else already had this idea, but just do pictures, like videos of just set the camera up on a fan that I find randomly around the farm because the grow room has like 60 fans. I just record it for an hour and post it.
I think you could.
Like
So
find
somebody
the fan
wants to know what mic that is.
in the tractor.
That's Mike Leonidas. No, he's asking. It is I don't remember the exact brand. I mean, it's a Blue Yeti, but I can get you the exact link. I actually got it for my son who got tired of. He didn't like it for video game live streaming, so
Isn't it like ice or something?
I think it is. I think ice. Yeah, but it works. I mean, the audio has been crystal clear for podcasting with it, and it's worked pretty good.
I had a little bit of trouble with it on my other through OBS on my other show with delay in the audio, like syncing up with lips. Yeah, blue. Yeah, midnight blue. Nope, I don't know. Wow. Oh, it's just called Blue Yeti.
Yeah, but this brand. I'll find it. We ordered it for him. A Twerka. Oh my god. Okay. The only thing scarier than you guys boxing is the two of you both dancing. Oh boy. I don't know.
What's scarier than that? The two of us dancing together on OnlyFans.
That is true. I
Yeah,
bet we
only
could
slaughter.
probably make some money at it though. $5,605.
$5,605. All right. Is that because there's another bid on the Holy Hand Grenade? Oh, not yet. Brian Young is in the forefront right now. The Forge fireplace set is up to $125. $125. $130, $130. But I don't know how to do that.
Now let's go see Bill over at the phones and see whom they're talking to and what bids are taking in on the phones today.
We do a.
Oh, just like that.
Wait. She's just cutting into the next shitty John Wayne movie that's going to come up next here on this fundraiser drive.
Yes. All right,
Like
guys.
PBS.
So we've been 2.5 hours live on PBS. Tune in tomorrow.
And if you donate just $5, you get this gift bag.
And we will send you a VHS copy of how the Victorian era washed their clothes. It's a 7-hour mesmerizing documentary about how they would form the soap from the ashes in their fireplace and manage to clean their clothes. Boosting the GoFundMe. Oh, there we are.
Oh, I'm in the wrong group.
Yes, the tote bag. Do
Nicole.
not forget, every $30 comes with a free PBS tote bag that does not exist. So, yes.
Are you in the Telegram group there, Nicole? There's a whole bunch of pictures, just so you know.
I know I can. It's
Okay.
hard for me to get them,
Okay, I can try.
but I'm just doing one at a time. I actually have one I was about to show right now.
I can pull them in too if you want.
It's okay. Oh yeah, if you want to pull some in, that'd be great.
Yeah. It's easy.
So this is all her life. What Jenni wanted to do was check out these glass chapels, and I'd never heard of them until she did this.
I've never heard of it either.
And on her way down to Jack Spirko's 2 years ago, she stopped at this one, I think somewhere in Arkansas, and checked it out. And that's a picture of her from it.
I remember when she posted those pictures.
Yeah, she was so excited. She just started, started going places once she decided to be free.
Good for her.
There's something about travel. I don't know. It opens your mind, and it takes. I mean, sometimes it can be stressful, but just getting away and seeing different things can kind of change your perspective on, especially when you kind of get stuck in a down place. It's nice to get away and see other people or just see other things. Don Mills says, "But wait, there's more. If you reach
there's always more.
Bag, there is a 10% off coupon for all barrels at Dowie Farms."
Oh man, barrels.
We would need a lot of tote bags.
Yeah.
These tote bags are 100% organic, made from the peanut shells that you scrape up off the floor at Texas Roadhouse every Saturday evening.
There's also, if you get a vintage one, it's the peanut shells from the ground round floor.
Oh, yes.
From the 80s.
Chris Plim says, interested in a vendor pass at SRF, 125% cost. That's in the comments there. Do you see that, Nicole?
So you're saying if I donate your vendor pass, you'll pay 125%. We can give it to Jenni. I'll do that. Email me, Nicole at livingfreeintennessee.com.
Yeah.
Even if my business partner doesn't want to, I'll cover it. Yeah. He probably will, though. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's pretty cool,
right.
dude.
Yeah, he's all right, it seems like.
Yep.
Anybody with a haircut like us.
It's one of the few I haven't met.
You won't regret it when you do.
Yeah. I need to get down to that.
Why don't you come down?
You really should, John Dowie. Do you need me to ask your wife?
Right now, no, because she'll say, dude, I don't have that wife. I have the wife that, I go, this is why I go to Jack's every year. I'll be like, oh, Jack's thing's coming up, and I do really kind of want to go. And she will just immediately go, oh, you should go.
Yes.
And it's like, no, you don't know any of the finances. She's like, I handle all that shit. And it's like, no, you don't understand. We can't afford it. And she's like, no, you should just go anyway. So if I just said to her, hey, look, I've got Living Free in Tennessee and Self-Reliance Festival and Jack's thing this year coming up, and then some other random thing, and it's going to be like $5,000. She would just literally just, oh, you should just go.
Such a sweetheart.
What a good lady. No, it's not good. No, it is good. Yeah. But it is good.
I would love to see. Yes, I would love to. Yeah, if I could, meander all the way to the East Coast and bring you down with me, I would. But it would be quite the drive.
Yeah, and then I'd actually get to meet you.
That would be fun. I know.
Yeah.
Tim's a dick.
Would have been nice.
It must be. It would have been nice. Yes,
must be
that's
nice.
true. The one time you can actually use it.
I wouldn't even have went last year, Tim.
I know. I'm an asshole.
Are you feeling guilty? Is it working?
Yeah, always. You bring it up every time we talk, and yet for some reason I still talk to you, John Dowie.
It was less you and more the other guy.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah.
The other guy that canceled.
Yeah.
Where are these? I just made a folder for these pictures, and now I can't find the folder.
I know. I'm going through all of the same thing, but I finally got the one up. I've been trying to get up for 10 minutes.
You got him then, good. That's
a really nice picture, actually.
Yeah. It's funny. She's trying to make an ugly face, and it's not ugly at all.
Not at all. I know. She's,
right?
Yeah. She's very photogenic.
Look at how ridiculous I can look. And then it's like, no, you look great.
So this is the woman we're raising money for to help her through her cancer. Has a good sense of humor, which is probably serving her well right now.
Yeah. It's great.
Yes.
So
Nighthawk, you should come down and tell your Jenny story.
Come on, dude.
All you have to do is walk into my house and find the studio.
Oh, yeah, right.
David Ziegler, you know I love you too. And one of the few people that actually he said his dog would hang out with and didn't get all freaked out. So it made me feel really good. He's busting my balls too. So I'm not going to say the F word. I know I'm a dick.
Was Dave there last year?
Dave was at SRF last year. I got to meet him in person. We had a lot of fun. Had a great
I'm talking
chat.
about Jax. I don't know.
Was who
I
where?
remember seeing David Jax last year.
He was there last year.
Was he? All right.
Yeah.
It's all a blur to me.
Yeah, well, so when David goes, sometimes he's also at work during parts of the day.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He comes
Yeah.
in. He drops in.
He was there like definitely for evening revelry,
Okay.
as I recall.
I also don't show up till noon. So
Yeah.
I understand that. I absolutely
look,
do.
I'm on vacation when I go, so I'm not rushing down there.
It was good at LFTN this time because Nicole got me to be the MC, so it forced me to be there on time in the morning, which was good.
Yeah, aren't you emceeing at SRF too?
I believe so. Sure, I'd love to.
There's actually a trio of you emceeing that
Okay.
you guys need to figure out how you're dividing that up.
That works. Who else is going to MC with us?
We've got Spags, so Bobby Spags, who
Yeah.
was doing it last time. And we also have Louise Milliman, who did the digital emceeing. We're going to just all rotate through, but there are 2 stages too. So we have to figure out. But I thought it'd be fun just to rotate through different places. Bethany will donate a Holler Roast coffee bag ottoman poof for an auction item as well. Brett, we may need to keep that for the next one because our auction item adder person has left for the day.
We might actually have to start a second auction because
I think we just
Yeah.
should.
Do you know how there's this whole thing where you could promote your podcast every day on social media for 3 years and somebody will look at you and be like, I didn't know you had a podcast.
Yes.
It's the same with this. I didn't know we were doing an auction. That's okay. Our favorite moonshiner said that he would donate a jar of his famous ethanol blended
Cleaning
fuel.
solution. Yes.
Yeah.
Here's a picture of Jenny she did a tamale making demonstration at one of the Living Free in Tennessee workshops before we ripped out my outdoor shower and moved it. I see. And that's her doing the demo right there. It was a good year. And they were delicious. Hey, we're up to $5,620, guys. Great job.
Nice.
Which means we've raised from this community over $20,000 to help Jenny.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're quick. Oh yeah, we're at 15,300 at the GoFundMe. So we are really, really close to $21,000 total. That's impressive.
Yep. That's awesome. What were you
Yeah,
about
you
to say
said
when I
that's up
interrupted
400.
you?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I cut you off.
I cut somebody off.
That's all right. There might be a bit of a lag there, but Dowie says we're up 4,000% from last year this time. So
No, wait,
that's
more than that now.
yeah,
Now
must
we're up 5,620% over last year.
be nice. I don't think that's how math
that how
works,
that
but
works?
I'll take it.
No, I just don't know.
That's right.
I have no idea. I heard a Letterkenny quote last night that I used that I can't say on here because I'm not using the F word, which I know is what everybody tuned in for.
Pitter patter. Let's get out.
I mean, you might have to say it at the very end just to make your people happy.
Right? Just my people. There's like one person in there.
I gotta
Yes.
say,
Jeremy, I love this. I don't have money now, but I'll pray for her healing as I do a family member. I've had experience. That's the thing. Don't put yourself in debt over this one, guys.
Right.
Jenny wouldn't want that. And so
Yes.
I love that you're making that decision, and prayers and messages on her GoFundMe page and all sorts of stuff are very valued as well. I did get one email submission of a story about how Jenny helped them that didn't have very many details. And this one came from somebody who's autistic and said that he experienced a trauma in 2017, and she has spent hours talking to him about working through that trauma to move on. So I wanted to share that story because that's exactly the kind of thing that Jenni would do.
Wow. There you go.
And she actually told me, she sent me an email saying thank you to everybody, and I don't have it. So I'm going to just see if it went to spam. But you guys keep talking while I look.
All right. So Backwoods Butcher said that he could probably get some skulls together to add for the next auction. So sometimes the best ideas come out live when we're just sitting here shooting the shit. And
yeah,
I
mean, we're gonna have to do this round 2. And this kind of in my head when we were planning and whatever, I was just like, this would be a kind of I don't know how the structure with this would work, but this is a cool thing that could just be a thing that we do. When we need, or I don't know if you can preemptively do something like this if there's no current need, like what's the legal structure of that bullshit? But, I mean, Nicole knows once upon a time there was an issue that I
do.
Yeah. And that was, people in this community came together and gave me a hand, and that's what we do. That's like our strength is, I mean, we're all so far spread out, right? It's crazy, but we're all friends. It's nuts because the internet, right? I guess, but because Jack and because Nicole and Tim's podcasts and whatever, and it's amazing. And the TSP community, other than like my best friend of 20 something years that I met in college, like you guys are my closest friends, and it's cool. Like when you get together at one of these events, it's all your people, and it's like so refreshing. So big on that SRF thing, right?
Well, that's so cool. We have 550 all your people in one place.
Yeah.
It's all well. Yeah, see, that's insane to me. Like inconceivable to me, I guess, or whatever. Like I don't even know what that'd be like because I'm used to 80. And,
there are more. We're going for 1,000 this time, but it's really cool because you don't end up. I mean, I end up tired by the end of that weekend, but you don't end up like fake people exhausted.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? Like when you're around fake people.
100%. Yeah, like
there's something about when you're around. I don't know. It's like when two magnets attract, or whatever you want to call it. You might, your energy might be spent, but you're not a broken human being afterwards. You come out of it absolutely motivated. Oh, there it was. Motivated as.
Did you say it?
Yeah.
Wait, did you?
Motivated as fuck when you leave.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah. Tim broke the glass.
7:29.
I couldn't hold back anyway, but you really do. You absolutely, when you leave an event, when you're at that event, it's incredible. And I went to a larger event that was still very cool, but slightly different. And this, when you get together with your real people, it's baby. There's something special. I mean, for us, we hopped on a plane last year. Now, we'd been talking on Zello and the internet for many years, and we went down to this crazy little holler in the middle of nowhere in Tennessee and went and met our people. And it's powerful. And this, I mean, Nicole, it goes back to when you did a Kickstarter to buy a new coffee maker. Oh my God.
Roaster.
Yes, we raised tens of thousands of dollars so Nicole could make her coffee better. Or how about Sean Mills right now? That dude took the big leap of, I'm done. I'm walking away, working for the man, and holy shit, has everybody supported his Kickstarter. That's the community we are. And now Jenni, poor Jenni really can't go and do anything. And John Dowie, who's had, a couple of days with her in his entire life, decides, let's put together a Telegram group with a few colorful adjectives thrown in for boot. And look where we are. We've turned it into a live stream that's raised, we're pushing $6,000.
Pushing $6,000.
It's incredible.
And then
I'm going to hand the mic over to Nighthawk.
Do it.
I got to get out of my pocket, though, because that would be awkward.
And full credit to Dawn and Sean for setting up the GoFundMe. Which
absolutely.
Really inspired the whole thing.
Because we wouldn't maybe.
I wouldn't have done this. Yeah.
Also, the fact that Jenni was open enough to share that.
Yeah.
So that we knew, because some people would just suffer in silence because they don't anyway, but
Yeah.
she knows that our
Well,
community can bless her,
I
right?
mean, this whole idea, the whole point of that Telegram group was secret. She wasn't in it at first. She is now, I think. And it was like, hey, how can we make this more, and like without stepping over where she's comfortable. You know what I mean? And at the time it was like, what can we do behind the scenes? Became so much easier because she allowed it to happen.
So we're being joined by the Unabomber. I mean, one of my favorite people in the entire world, Nighthawk. How are you, brother? It's good to see you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you now,
All
brother.
right.
Good to see you. Tell your story.
I really don't have like any deep, meaningful story or deep connection with, kind of like some of the other people put on here. But she is a good friend of mine. Probably the one that I remember the most is when we went. I drove down with her to Jack's back in, I think it was 2021. And on the way down, she wanted to stop at this glass house. The picture was up earlier, and I kind of forgot about what it looked like, so I went there with her, and it was just like, okay, this is kind of cool. So it was good because it took me out of my normal. Well, if I'm going somewhere, I'm just gonna drive straight there, not stop, just get where I'm going. It's kind of like stop and smell the roses type thing. It was impressive. I was glad I went.
You know what's funny, Nighthawk? This is going to sound funny, but I remember that picture that Nicole posted there, and I thought it was a pretty cool picture of the glass house or whatever it was. And I often thought it went, because it was such a nice photo of Jenny, I thought, who took that picture? So now I know you were the one on the other side of the camera.
I was the one on the other end of the camera, yes.
That's such a stupid, simple little thing, but that's cool to know, man. I like that. That was those pictures were nice.
Yeah, and she looked into it. The guy that designed it built like 3 of them, I think. And she wants to go see all 3 of them. I can't remember if she saw another one or not.
Well, we'll have to make that happen once she's on the mend and back up and getting around. So
Do you know the story behind those houses? Somewhat?
Not really. She rattled it off to me, and that was before I've seen it, so I was
not paying attention.
Half paying attention. I think there's 3 of them. It's all glass. They're actually chapels.
They're in Arkansas, right?
That one was in Arkansas.
Called the Thorn Crown Chapel?
Sure.
Let's see what I'm going to find. I'm going to see what I can bring up on Wikipedia, and we'll do a quick little...
It's Hot Springs.
Yeah, it's the one near Hot Springs.
Okay. We'll do a personal interest piece here, so...
Yeah, right? Human interest story time.
Human interest story, yes. The Anthony Chapel?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's gorgeous. It looks like something out of a movie. And I wish I could bring up the pictures, but let's see if we can... Yeah, I'd love to know this. There it is. Thank you, Anthony Chapel. Hack my homestead for the win. Sean Mills. Once in a while, he comes up with a good one.
Yeah, right.
What do they say? A broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
So.
Sean Mills is right half that time.
Yeah. Well, see, he's on a 24-hour clock. Oh man, see, it's not fair, guys. This is what happens. We love everybody as far when we razz them, right? So Becky, my wife, just popped in to let me know that we're up to $5 so far in the swear jar. So apparently I have to. Every time I swear, she's going to donate money. So I better.
Well, we need to get that fucking number way up.
Absolutely.
So back when Jenny lived here, we got into the habit of having rotational dinners between me, Jenny, Nicole, and Tactical. And it was going great, I thought. And then we started talking, and apparently I don't use enough spices. So
really?
I got called out on using not enough spices for cooking.
He never used not enough spices again.
Because I can tell you, the dude can make a mean pierogi. Let's just put it at that. Because
really?
Oh, like a killer friggin' pierogi.
Fucking love pierogies. It's on now.
That was totally on purpose.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, John. You come down to LFTN one year, I will make a batch of personal pierogies for you.
Nice. I can eat like one.
All right.
He puts his blood, sweat, and tears in them. They're good.
That sounds
I can make sweet potato ones for you, so you might be able to have 2.
Yeah, I can have a few of those. The problem with that is then they'd be even more addictive probably, and I would eat 27. You'd have to take me to the hospital. I
Can't help you there.
love pierogies and I love sweet potatoes. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, they serve pierogies at this year's spring workshop. So
Really?
real quick, I'm going to interject. The Thorn Crown Chapel was made by an apprentice of Frank Lloyd Wright. For those of you who know, he's one of the most famous architects of all time. His name was Jones, and he preferred the quiet comfort of the Ozark forests to traveling around the country. And let's see, Thorn Crown was the first of 3. It was commissioned by a retired school teacher and was built in 1980. The wooden chapel looks like it's open air, but it was actually made of glass. In fact, nothing on the chapel was bigger than anything that could be carried by 2 men. That way they were able to build it in a very secluded area. Really interesting. So 2 guys carried the entire material in, and it was made by an apprentice of Frank Lloyd Wright, who preferred the woods over urban areas. So cool story. I always love hearing things like that.
Those are badass.
Yep.
Yeah, they
I'm
are.
really hoping Nighthawk can tell Tactical that if he wants dinner, he needs to sear the roast off.
He's probably still out there with the beans, poor guy.
He might be like, as we mentioned, he maybe have been taken over by beans.
That's what I was thinking. Something like, yes. All right. So what haven't we spotlighted yet? There's a doorstop in here, Nicole.
Yeah. So let me get it back up.
Sure.
Have we
And-
spotlighted canine training? Have we done that?
Yes, but
But we can re-spotlight everything again because there's
I
some
wasn't
good
here,
stuff in here that needs to.
What's this holler roast coffee place?
I don't know. It's
Seems interesting.
we're not sure if that's spam or not.
yeah,
Someone snuck in.
up to $3.25 for coffee of the month for a year.
Nice.
Condit.
Where are we
I
at?
recognize that name. So, do you want to tell a story? Oh,
looking.
we got somebody else telling. What was? So, what am I highlighting before we have another redneck come on and tell a story?
Doorstop. Some kind of
Oh,
doorstop.
the doorstop. Yeah, that
A room of
doorstop was
junk
cool looking. I
doorstop.
was going to
Those
bring
are-
that up earlier, and then you guys went off on the stories. So,
This thing, I saw this thing and was like, that I should be bidding on it because I like legitimately wicked need that in my life. It's such a great idea. I'm sure it's been around forever, right? But I just saw it and I was like, that's awesome. I need that.
Yeah.
But I have not bid on it because I'm an idiot. So I probably should go bid on it right now.
you
What
should
I thought. Yep. Oh, it fits the opposite of how I thought it fit.
see
works
that.
really
See how that
good.
works?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
like
do.
foolproof. I feel like, you know,
You could probably
Yep.
figure it out, Dowie.
Just
I'm
hang it
sure I
right
could
over
screw
the
it up.
hinge.
I can definitely screw it up. I'll
You can
break a
screw it up.
door.
Be careful, Nicole. There's somebody behind you.
I know he wants to tell his story, but I have to
Tell
hand
your
him the-
story, bro.
I have to hand
Tell
him the
your
mic.
story.
Cool story, bro. Here we are.
Now make me a sandwich.
Oh,
I don't actually have a story to tell.
Say
I mean, there's
5660.
56,
we left you
60.
down in the corner, Tack.
I
It's good to see you,
don't
though.
understand. Yeah. I just figured if I jumped on here for a few minutes that she could do something that she needed to do.
We can most certainly give her a break. That's all right. I can't control the screen though, so I was going to get you to come back up in the big screen. How can I? At the bottom, you know how to change that, Tack? Yeah, you've done this enough, haven't you?
No,
No,
she does this part. I'm looking at screen buttons.
should be three
Go
faces.
back to big screen.
Oh, what do you mean big screen? I didn't have it on big screen.
Like,
oh, you
make
want to
it.
stop the screen share?
Yeah.
Oh
that.
yeah, that's all. Yeah, there you go. There's my buddy Tactical. How are you, Tack?
Oh, good. Busy.
You were out
So
planting, somebody said you might get confused with a bean pole today, that the beans might start growing around you because you're so tall and skinny. Is that a possibility?
Not really. I have tools to deal with that. You know, I've got multiple blades on me at any given time. So, you know, if the beans become alive, you know, they can get hacked off, and then I just got to deal really pissed off Nicole.
Do you remember the first time you met Jenny?
Not really. I think it was at AutoFabs for the Memorial Day roast, and I don't even have any idea what year that was. It was probably 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
I know the biggest impact she had on your life.
Getting me into therapy.
Yeah, tell that story.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, combat vet PTSD, that whole thing, and when I got out of the military, I was trying to get something through the VA, and there's a reason that I was in a conversation with somebody and I was like, yeah, I just got back from the 7th level of hell. And they were like, oh, you were at the VA?
Wow.
It's like, so it's just kind of an unofficial thing that, like, you know, we call them the 7th level of hell. But I was at a point to where I was about done. And so we ended up, I don't even remember what it was for, but we ended up at the same place for an event. And I don't remember most of it. So you can finish telling the story.
But she became a big part of your guys' community for a few years too. Hey, brother?
Yeah.
You hit rock bottom,
Yeah, I was at rock bottom.
and I asked you, would you be willing to pay directly? Say it to the mic.
So Nicole asked if I would be willing to pay out of pocket, and I'm pretty sure I was like,
Yes.
yeah.
And Jenny
And-
drove up.
Okay, apparently that was the time that Jen showed up, and she happened to know a therapist
Oh.
in the next town over that had just started her own thing. And so I was one of her first clients, and I got in with her, and it was the first therapist that I've ever talked to that I've established any kind of a rapport with. The first one I ever had, within the first 2 to 3 minutes of the conversation, it's like, yeah, we're not going to be friends.
Shoot.
And this is like, that was not optional for me to go to that therapist. So it was, I think, 3 months that I had to see them, and it was excruciating. But the girl that I'm working with now, that Jen recommended to me, is the one that really helped to like get me back on track and establishing a lot of, like, one of the big things for me was getting a routine back, getting some structure back into what I do. And so that literally changed my life. And then it was shortly after that Jen moved into the holler, and, you know, I mean, once you're actually neighbor, like, you know, Tim, we've known each other for a while online. Then we obviously met in person, and that changes the dynamic of a relationship. But then once you're within, you know, once you're neighbors with somebody and you've got that really much more personal relationship, because, you know, you kind of get to know people better than you want to sometimes. You know, and that can be a good or a bad thing. It's like, you know, especially being on ships, like, you get to know people's marriage lives way more than you want to. Like,
What are you trying to say?
nothing about anything here. I've got other things in my ear over there.
That's pretty incredible, though. It's just kind of neat how everybody just seems to have a story about Jenny, how she touched their lives, and it still changed them now. I mean, so how many years have you been going to that therapist now, Tack?
3 years.
So three years from a simple recommendation on her part has, I'm gonna, you know, kind of guess that it's changed your life for the better, simply because she knew a person in her surrounding community that was able to help you. Hey.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I have some other stuff that I can relate to Jen with. And so, like, I've spent a lot of time sitting on her back porch just in very lengthy conversations about various different things. And it's gone both ways for us, you know. I mean, there's stuff that, you know, times that she's been able to, you know, listen or give some guidance and vice versa. So
That's cool. So she went from somebody who just showed up to visit one day for a minute to somebody who recommended somebody who's changed your life to somebody that you guys shared life with for how long did she live there in the holler? Was it 2 years or longer than that?
yeah, she was here for about 2 years.
Okay. And now we can go full circle and go back and support her now that she's taken that next big step. And I imagine that, I don't know if we've talked about it and maybe you know, but I bet it was quite scary for her to, you know, kind of leave the confines of the holler and move. Where is she now? What state?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, right. So, yeah. And, I want to not to interject too much, but somebody just outbid Samantha Comfort just outbid Brian Young on the Holy Hand Grenade. It's
Go figure it was her.
Come on, we got to get that to $200. I mean, there's no way we
Handmade.
It's a handmade hand grenade,
right?
I mean, that
Oh,
rolls
the alliteration.
right off the tongue.
Holy hand grenade.
It's 100% inert, but it's still a hand grenade somehow.
Yeah, I don't think you can ship it to Canada.
No, oh my goodness, no.
No, they would classify it as a weapon of mass destruction.
Fucking Trudeau would show up immediately.
Excuse me, sir, but do you have any holy hand grenades of Antioch in your vehicle? No, I swear, officer. I swear I don't.
They'd send the church FBI down.
That's one thing they don't believe in up here is church.
That's
Canada for you.
Home delivery.
So pack rat. Somebody was
The
saying
original Jenni Hill art is $300 from Eric Lewis. Eric, great to see you, Eric. I haven't talked to you recently. We missed you this year at LFTN.
What else do we have? Yeah.
All right.
Blue Thistle quilt is up to $240.
Oh, somebody bid on 1 year of free web hosting for $75.
Yep.
That was
nice.
Yeah.
I would like to say that Fred said that was his story about the autism, and I did not say his name because I didn't know if I was supposed to. So,
yeah, it's a sensitive thing.
Yeah,
I get it. We get it.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing your thing, Fred. Situation.
His thing.
Look, it's not often I'm nice. All right, I had to do it.
I could take that down a dirty road.
I could talk to Fred all day. Fred is a cool dude. You meet Fred and Sarah and their daughter at LFTN the last 2 years, and we just hit it off. Fred always has. Last year he had his emergency kit with him that he had to show me. So he had. I'm pretty sure it's Ryobi stuff, and if my brain doesn't.
It is Ryobi stuff. That's his battery set.
Yeah, and he had a really cool impact driver for breaking off the lug nuts. He's always the type of guy that wants to share information, and I appreciate Chris Plim being smart down there in the comments. Mike Leo says you need a little more practice with the empathy, Dowie, just a little, but you're doing better.
I'm trying to multitask.
I understand completely, totally.
Bad at it. Trying to set up this stupid my website for shipping while I'm doing this. It's a wicked good idea. Whatever. Nicole, you're muted.
Just in case.
I was telling Nighthawk some pictures he was trying to transfer.
I thought maybe you wanted to be muted, but I wasn't sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What were you saying? Say something.
Ooh, me?
Something. Yeah.
Got nothing to say.
We're up to $500 for the Mega Pass, guys.
Tim, you doing more 80s shows, Tim?
That was really fun, wasn't it? We're thinking about doing something like that once a month. And
good, I wrote a joke just for your show.
Yeah, you should come on with it. That was a lot of fun. Oh, there's Chef Brett. Any deals for the next?
But But are you on Telegram? Because if you're on Telegram, I'll get you in the place where we talk about those things.
Do it.
I was
Are you
gonna
an
say,
admin?
the
Or
details
you know
we
me.
can
You know how
share-
to reach me.
The
Nicole, are you
details
an
we can share is the live brainstorming we've done during the live stream so far. This is
Yeah.
how the best
Yeah,
ideas.
you've literally
come
heard.
up.
You've literally heard everything.
Yeah.
That's how my patch of the month club
Brett,
started.
go to jennihill.livingfreeintennessee.com, and there is a form you can fill out to list items that you would like to donate for the next auction. If you start filling that form out now, they will go into the next option. So we actually have a process in place for that.
Oh yeah. There we go. Nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I think my mic is in the wrong place, though. There we go.
Friggin' tastic. See if we can get Brett to donate being a live-in chef for somebody for a month. See if he'll agree with
All
that.
right.
You need to know if Bethany will donate. Jeff being a
Sorry,
live-in.
that's true. That kind of thing works that way at my house too. We haven't talked about the secure coop door opener yet.
Yeah,
have
let's
Oh yeah,
get
that looks badass.
It
Yeah.
is. I'm actually eyeing that.
So Christopher is a pretty cool dude. I had him on my show 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he did this entire like dirt cheap comms episode. He'd actually put the presentation on locally, and I said, "Hey, come on and share it," because it was like $25 or $30, and you could have 80% of your comms done. He's a switched on dude that knows what he's doing, and this has been a passion project of his for a couple of years now, and he's been working out the kinks. Basically, you're going to be able to control it with an app, kind of like most tech today. But the idea is it's going to give you peace of mind that, in the evening, if you don't make it home in time, your birds are in and safe. So any of the creatures of the night that, could get in there and mess up your birds. We had an owl one time do it, but anyway, that's another story. But yeah, so it's a really neat device that he's been working on. I can't wait to see it when it goes live.
Yep.
But is there two bids on it for $70 US right now? So that's
there are two bids.
Canadian.
Yep. 65 and 70. Wonder if he'll take them both.
I bet you he would. Almost guaranteed he would. But
Here's what we haven't highlighted too. 2 herbal salves and a lip gloss from Snow Farms.
Oh, Andrea and Russ.
Yeah, that's Andrea.
Great.
So lavender infused smooth skin body butter, lavender comfrey and plantain salve, and a tube of peppermint lip butter.
We have a page right where everybody's all these people who have donated stuff, their links are, correct?
I was just thinking that we
we have it. Yeah. So right
here. It's the donors page.
So there's stuff. Yeah, there you go.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
Bam. I love it.
Yep.
But don't spend money there right now.
No. Spend money here.
Spend money here. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, support the public broadcasting. Come on, get your free tote.
Come on.
Get your free non-existent tote.
Yes.
Get your free tote.
Guaranteed to show up in 3 to 5 years. Yes, 100% biodegradable. It is so biodegradable it doesn't even exist. So we will throw one of those in for free.
We sent it. It biodegraded in the mail.
It did. I mean, you're just supporting the environment. That way.
Well, we haven't talked about the life coaching session from Rob.
Right.
And
I just had Rob on my show the other night.
Yeah, 1 hour life coaching session where we'll work on goal identification and the obstacles that are in the way of achieving your goals from Prepper Rob. He's a really cool dude. He's been on my show too.
Yeah, he comes with a really strong background in special needs care because his son is kind of, I don't know if you'd say low functioning autistic, but pretty close. And so he has, if anybody out there is kind of struggling with that sort of thing, or, if you know someone that may need it, that is one of his specialties for sure, is helping families whom are dealing with that exact issue.
Mm-hmm.
See, somebody said we're all on the island of misfit toys. That's exactly what Becky calls it. So
yeah, it's totally. Who said that?
Brian Young.
Oh yeah,
he would.
Before we met you guys in person, Becky called you guys my imaginary internet friends, but now we're just
now you're like, I've met them.
They're not imaginary anymore.
Right? She didn't think we existed for real.
Well, I don't know. When we were driving out the final stretch to get to Nicole's place, I think she was wondering, where the hell are you taking me, honey?
Waco.
Yeah. And then a year later, she goes and buys a piece of land that's just about as far out in the middle of nowhere. So there we are.
Yeah. So this is a protecting your crypto coaching session, 90 minutes conducted with screen share to give you the basics of protecting your Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. You need to know how to protect yourself from scammers, mistakes, and accidents. And of course, particular focus on how you protect your keys. If you prefer to use a 90-minute session for other Bitcoin, Lightning, Nostr, or Start9 topics, you may substitute them instead from your personal crypto assistant.com.
Thanks. We got a super chat there from Ghoulie for $2 with a good get well soon. Thank you very much, Ghoulie.
We'll pass that on.
I love that name. So who did or did it say who does the crypto?
It's yourpersonalcryptoassistant.com.
Perfect. I don't have one, but they are mine. So
yes. I'm just making sure. I haven't highlighted the microwave bowl cozies. Bye. Microwave bowl cozies, set of 2, soup bowl size, made from 100% cotton fabric. I do not know who donated it.
What's
Anonymous.
that? So you don't burn your hands when you take that shit out of the microwave?
Correct.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, you could put your hot dogs in a bowl. You could put those hot dogs in a bowl in the microwave.
And then I can add water.
And then you can pick up the bowl again. Apparently a tall person was here. You can pick up the bowl again and not burn your hand with your hot dogs.
Then
until
I
you
can
touch
add water.
the hot dogs that are hot also.
Yeah, I can add water and have hot dog soup.
Yeah, you could put
drink the water.
You could put paper towels on your hands when you pick up the hot dogs that are too hot to touch and do that, and then you can just burn the roof of your mouth.
So what I do is I get a bowl and then chop up the hot dogs because we're high class, and then add some water and some ketchup. Put that in there, right? And then
wait, you can have ketchup
in the but I do. And then put the bowl in the koozie, and then put that in the microwave, and then I have tomato hot dog soup.
Oh, John Dowie, you were.
And I would eat the shit out of that, and then I'd leave the bowl for the next day and just reuse it.
Yeah,
that's how I roll.
Yeah.
So I know we said we didn't have any totes, but I do see that there's a handmade crochet from somebody. We didn't talk about that one, did we?
The tote? Yeah,
the
we did.
Handbag? Or did we?
This one, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's beautiful.
It is.
Look at that.
I just
We're
noticed
shipping
that
one of those free with every order.
Oh, we got her in trouble now. Is that from? Why can't I think of her name? From Montana, the lady that was at your.
What does it say?
Or North Dakota? Where's she from?
It could as easily be from Letty.
Oh yes, that's true.
We do have crocheters, but it's from Anonymous.
Oh, okay. Oh, like the hacker group, or like just somebody.
Apparently.
Okay.
Oh, here's one. This
the
one's
Guy
interesting.
Foxes.
So this is a oak and walnut EDC dump tray with hidden compartment where you can put your other EDC.
Was that the
you
very
see what
first
the other
item
EDC might be? Huh?
Was that the very first item donated?
It was one of the first items donated, but yeah. So I will include a custom engraved plaque, quote, logo, etc., attached to one of the sides of this item if you wish. Also, please note the picture with the pistol is not the same item. This is just so you know how that looks. So that's from SR Fabrications.
That's nice. I like that actually.
They are also SRF.
That's the same people doing the doorstop.
Do we? Yeah. Do we know them? Like, are we allowed to plug them? I don't know SR.
I don't know who they are either. Off the top.
Me either. Yeah.
I think it's somebody in the
Well,
Telegram.
here, so there's this really handy link right here that takes you to another. Here they are. Welding and metal fabrication, building for you.
Very cool. I like that. SR.
We could say, do I know who it is? No, I don't.
Okay, cool.
I still don't. So it is not clear here.
That is, again, the power of all these connections we've
It's
made.
probably somebody in the live stream right now, and I've probably met them and shook their hands. But
Nicole, you had,
and they're like, you know who I am? I've told you, and I'm like, but words, memory.
You were at the birth of my child. How do you not remember?
Yeah. Oh, it's up to $200 19 days ago for that. It's a very nice box.
That is actually wow.
Mm-hmm. Brian says hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs. Yeah.
Hot dog water, even that apparently is a delicacy somewhere.
when you're done, if you do cold hot dogs in water and eat it like cereal, you can add more hot dogs after and then drink it.
You know, my parents were never poor, but we used to make hot dog sandwiches when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Hot dogs with cheese whiz. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That was not good. You wonder.
I'm just going to say SRF, SR Fabrications, Senior Fabrications. This little Bitcoin Genesis block art display is pretty cool, too.
I saw that. Yeah. I don't know who.
They do.
It will be an additional engraving of your choice that you can get on that. So, very cool.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So we should we go back through and highlight, kind of make a quick run through?
The lifetime membership's up to $400.
Nice.
For the Survival Podcast, and the guaranteed TSP workshop ticket is up to $465. Dubrovko's got it right now. Hey, Dubrovko, I saw your message earlier today, and I haven't answered it yet because crazy, and it'll probably be answered tomorrow or the next day. He nostered me, and I was like, I'm not allowed to actually socialize with people until tomorrow when I'm on the airplane or waiting for the airplane.
I understand.
Why?
That's tough, but.
Huh? Why?
Why?
Because I need to pack still.
Yeah. You're prioritizing.
I was like, I'm going to get all the orders out. Like everything I have to physically be here to do is getting done, and everything I don't have to physically be here to do is not getting done until after I physically leave this location. Yeah.
I hear you. I could see that.
We also call him Dan, I think. That's his other name.
So who
it's not working.
I was just trying to. All right. So I was just looking at Fortress Canine Academy. It's up to $105, 6 bids. Nighthawk, or maybe Nighthawk's the leading bidder on there, but we've had 6 different people, and that would be pretty good because you said he was going to take any and all bids.
He will take all bids.
Yes.
Wow.
In fact, I'm pretty sure if you're like, but I want to pay $100 right now.
Do that. Yes.
He would probably also do that, but you would have to email me by noon tomorrow. Nicole at livingfreeintennessee.com. NICOLE at livingfreeintennessee.com. Put Jenni Hill auction in the subject line.
What?
So what total are we at now for the auction?
What does that? Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
no, you go.
No, go ahead. Description. Full. Yeah. Nicole had a good idea of. Are you talking about the Fortress Canine thing?
Yeah. Is that his videos and stuff?
Yeah. So it's video training from puppy all the way into advanced things, and he keeps adding segments.
Oh, there it is.
To it.
Really, man.
So you basically you get access to all of that for a year.
Look, folks, in the stream, if you're gonna just pay $100 for that, basically is what we're saying, right? Because he's taking all bidders.
He's taking all bids. It's worth more than that.
If you've ever had a dog or not, and you have to train a dog, this is like the best money you're ever going to spend. I stupidly 9.5 years ago just went out willy-nilly and got a Great Pyrenees.
How much did your Great Pyrenees weigh, John?
She's actually small. So pocket pier, they call pocket pier. She was little. Now she's like 90 pounds, but she was like 80, 60, 75, 80 pounds. But Great Pyrenees can be aggressive for random reasons and shit. Like all of a sudden the dog's fine. You can walk up, take the food dish away from the dog, and the dog's like, whatever. And then you have pizza night, back when I could do that, and you have a pizza crust kicking around the house, and she decides she's going to defend that fucking thing with her life. There's another $1 in the jar. All right. Because it's pizza crust. What the hell? So Fortress Canine Training, man, it's worth it. Like people get dogs constantly and they just have no goddamn idea what they're doing, you know? And no offense to anybody who does, because I did it. I mean, it's like you just think you're going to get a dog and it's going to be wonderful and happy and licking your face puppy and all that bullshit. And then all of a sudden the dog hates one person in your house and you got to overcome that, right? $100 to get all that instruction to avoid all that headache of you getting a dog and then having to try to get rid of it or something, or have to deal with it being aggressive, or just have to deal with it being an outright asshole, which is a thing too. And I've seen him train at Jack's last year, and the guy is just, it's funny because if you go on those Facebook groups and you start saying the kind of stuff he says, they'll kick you out of the group because they're douchebags. But this guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he shows that it's like, he showed, you were there and you just saw the results. It was insane, especially someone who over 9 years figured out how to train a dog correctly, right? By screwing up constantly, right? If I had this 9.5 years ago for $100, it would have been the best money I ever spent. So get on there and sign up. How many people are watching this?
I don't know how many. Can you
We
see?
know?
About 40.
I expect
Nice.
$4,000 worth of donations through that. Come on.
I mean, and Joel is just an absolute incredible dude too. I've told the story many times, but I went to prepper camp last year. There was 1,000 people there. I knew like 5 people, so I really didn't know a lot of people. And Joel and his wife Wendy there, they said, "Hey, come sit at our RV with us anytime you need alone time or quiet time or just want to sit and chill." And what Joel has built and rebuilt from where he came from is and I mean, the man walks the walk. Just check out some of his shorts or his YouTube shorts or Instagram reels he puts up. This dude knows dogs inside and out. And you talk to him for 10 minutes and you realize, yeah, he is a wealth of information. So for $100 to get access for a year to Canine Academy, yeah, you're doing well.
Yeah, I mean, so my dog hated my mother-in-law. This is only going back to last fall, right? She'd come to visit. We have a baby now. And the dog would just like try to get her, right? And now my mother-in-law is here now, actually visiting again. And the dog is just like, my mother was playing on the living room floor with my kid today, 6 inches from the dog. And the dog is just like, yeah, everything's cool. But that's because of Joel, because I walked up to him at fall workshop and just said, here's the situation. I've got the dog this far, but now we have this situation where my mother-in-law's coming and she's not great with dogs. And the dog just like wants to kill her, essentially. What can I do? This is what I'm doing now. And he's just this endless pit of information on like what you're doing now that's wrong and like what you need to adjust and why it's wrong. Like not just don't do that, that's wrong. Like I had my dog blocked into a certain area of the house and he was just like, that's actually exactly what we do to train guard dogs. So don't lock your dog away from the people, that they might attack, because you're actually telling them psychologically that that's who they should attack. Right. So he's that guy. And this is just like the best money you could spend.
Yep.
Yeah. Chris Plim says Joel taught me a lifetime in an hour. Yeah. I think the thing that I learned from Joel that was the most important is work on one thing with your dog at a time.
Yeah. So
we think we're working on one thing and we're working on like 3, and that confuses the crap out of the dog.
Right. That makes sense.
So that's really changed how we train here. And like, he talked me through when 2 of my dogs attacked a 3rd dog and almost killed her. And she was very injured before they attacked her, which is probably part of why they attacked her. And then she was even more injured after they attacked her. And I had to somehow get these dogs to coexist again. And at this point, 2 of them are fine. There's a 3rd one that when the 3 of them get together, we have to be careful. But that's because we haven't worked them enough. And that's something else, is once you teach your dog a bad habit, he says it takes twice the amount of time to undo the bad habit as it took them to develop it. So there's an investment of time there that you just have to put in. And I think having access to something like Fortress Canine Academy when you're working on things like that is A, it motivates you, and B, it teaches you how to do it.
Yeah.
And it empowers you too. Because sometimes you can just absolutely be lost with training dogs. You're so far in over your head that you might be motivated to do it, but you don't even know where to turn. And that's the cool thing with Joel, is he'll tell you what you're doing right and he'll tell you what you're doing wrong, but he gives you all the tools to do it.
Yep. Okay. This is the other one. An hour and a half personalized digital security consultation. Don't know how to choose or set up a password manager. Not sure what 2-factor authentication or 2FA is. Want to better control your credit card subscriptions. Wondering how have less digital spying in your life. Want to de-Google your phone. Whatever your digital security problem, we can make a big dent with a personal conversation. This is an hour and a half Zoom consultation from People for Privacy.
I like that name.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So that's another good one. Currently at 45 USD with 2 bids from the same person.
That's cool. Maybe they want 2 sessions. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
They're
They're like, we want to give more money to Jenny, is what they were.
Yeah. There's
Oh.
where do we have a total?
So, okay. Can
Account-
somebody fill me in on what these electroculture rods are? I know you said that they're all the rage, but somehow I've managed to not hear about them until just now. And if Carrie Brown's doing it, then it's a cool thing, but I just don't know what they are.
What is it now?
Electroculture.
I don't know what that means.
Me either. That's what I was wondering.
Oh.
So it's an ancient science enjoying a modern revival. The rods
It's
are
not like
designed
water.
to assist in development and health of all plants and trees. One set consists of 5 rods that are approximately 1 foot in length. Instructions for use and further information will be provided. Do you know much about it, Nicole?
I know nothing about it other than it has to do with harnessing some sort of something with these rods to help the plants. And I don't know if it's like an electromagnetic thing, but that's what I think it is.
So like acupuncture.
And that's 100% of my knowledge. And I know people in our Homestead Mastermind group have talked about using them and say that they're getting good results. Michael Leonito, who's encyclopedic knowledge of gardening, is super helpful at times like this. Copper wiring and antenna receiver to change the electrical profile of your garden soil.
Interesting. Okay.
So there's a lot of BS barometer going on when people bring something like that up. But what's cool about the groups that we're in is when something like that comes up and it's like, okay, if I put these coils in the ground, how does that work? Somebody's like, I'll try it and I'll do it here and I won't do it there and I'll see if it makes a difference. And it apparently has made a difference. So it's not BS.
And Carrie's
or in that case, it's working. So you can't discount it as BS. And yeah.
Carrie likes to do, he's the type of guy that does real world testing too. That's what I like about it. And I trust that dude's opinion a lot.
Yes.
So yeah, that's neat. I had not heard of it at all. And I seen that and I was wondering if anybody could fill me in. So thanks, Mike.
Yeah. That's really cool. I didn't know Carrie was into it. I've actually heard it from other people in the Homesteader network. Plant antennas from the Dixon Way. Grounding your plants, but at the same time not. So Dowie, you're gonna do that with your microgreens?
Let me buy 400 sets of them. I got 5810 as a total right now.
5810 is the total.
That's why
5,810.
That's why I looked schizophrenic for a few minutes on the camera.
Yeah, you did kind of look.
Yeah, I was looking.
Were you adding numbers that quickly?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, with a calculator.
Oh, okay.
We need $190 to get to 6,000.
I can barely read it.
And we have 45 minutes and 30 seconds left to do it. So I think we should be able to get there for sure.
To $6,000?
Yeah.
Yeah. MT Knives. Hey, Patrick, good to see you.
What? Oh.
He can make the 400 sets of them for you.
I bet you could.
Yeah. No. I don't need another thing here. Oh my God. Everything here is nuts.
Yeah, how's the planters and the picnic tables and everything going down?
How not to organize your life. Question number 1.
Yeah.
Are you organized?
Oh no. Nicole, remember a long time ago when you said you need to take it was in 2020, I think, right before the baby came. And I took 2 and it fucking rained the whole time. Right?
Yeah.
And I didn't
you
get
still need to take a week.
Well, this month I was doing it again in June.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to take, and it's raining again. All it does, if I decide to take a month or a week or something off to get my shit together, and most of the stuff's outside, it just rains the whole time and I can't get anything done. So, yeah. If I ever get my life organized, I will be able to hold a masterclass on organizing your life.
My question is this. Can you work outside in the rain?
No, I hate it.
Okay.
That's all there is to it.
Can you put off the week and do it next week when it's not raining?
It has rained for 30 days straight. There was one day where it didn't rain last month. After the second, we had 90 degrees the first and second, and then it rained for like 26 days straight. And then we had one nice day again. And then it's been raining ever since. It's insane. And I'm just glad it's not December because it would be buried by now.
Gauntlet Thrown by Chris Plim. Sissy. You just
What's
got
he
called a
talking
sissy.
Is he talking to MT Knives about sharpening?
No, he's talking to you about not working outside in the
We
rain.
were talking about a sharpen off. I'm just saying. I could, but I don't want to. I got shit I can do inside. I'm an indoor farmer. I can always work indoors.
Dowie always has something on the go. Always.
Anyway, planters
Dowie.
died off, but yeah, they did okay.
Yep.
I think I sold about 50 planters, roughly, right around there. I haven't.
That's actually really good.
I haven't added them up for doing them off the cuff like that for the first year. They did well,
And that was basically designed around, because for those who don't know, John Dowie resells trash. So he gets like barrels from some dude for like 12 cents and he sells them for $400. He does pretty good. And that wasn't enough money for him. So he decided to figure out a way to upsell a little better, and he's turned them into planters. And it's pretty, it's impressive.
The first two I made for my dad did collapse.
That's okay. But that's why I always tell people, practice on your own home first.
Yeah.
Or your dad's place, you know.
Remember I told you about that? I go, I made them this way, and I don't know how they're going to hold. They totally collapsed like a week ago. He's like, we got so much rain, and they just collapsed. So the redesign, though, is great. So that's working well. And I started using a planer. Ooh,
yeah, you've been buying some tools. John Dowie has been buying tools left, right, and center.
way too
Or at
many.
least thinking about it.
I got buzzed one night and just ordered all that shit. It was a bad idea.
The time before that, you bought a bunch of tickets to punk rock shows, didn't you? Yeah.
I'm not allowed
Is that what you do in the hotel after you leave Jack's?
I'm not allowed to drink near a computer. What am I doing now in a hotel?
Are you ordering like tools?
I go to Jack's. We talk about building businesses. I go back to the hotel. I start an OnlyFans.
Oh, there you go. Brian Young says, I call it a garbage can, not a garbage cannot. Couldn't even be bothered to use. That's
Look at all the trash talk in the comments. You
trashed. Oh,
yeah, they're all.
That was
they're like they're into it now. They were
My
kind of like
God.
shy about it early on, and now they're like, we're in the last 45-minute run, man. We can trash talk till the cows come home.
But that's what's your latest tool you bought, Dowie? What'd you buy? Just the planer or anything else?
You know what I did? I went on that Temu website.
Oh yeah.
And I ordered I spent like $38 and I got like 50 jigs. I don't even know.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. I got I don't know, just all kinds of shit, frankly. And it's all just in a bag in my garage. But that's probably the most recent slew of toys tools. Little Freudian slip. Oh, I did get duped by Home Depot again this year with their buy 2 batteries, get this thing. They do this every year on Father's Day.
Yep.
Where they're like, oh, if you buy a couple of batteries, you get a free tool. And I'm just like, I don't need any of that shit. I don't need it. And then I'm like, oh, look at this one, though. And I needed tools here at the office because I never remember to bring them with me. So I bought just their little stupid starter kit and brought it over here. Yep.
Oh, I'm a fan of toolkits in every building.
Yeah. Yes. Because you're not going to bring them.
Well, you will, then you won't put them back, and then it's always in the other one.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and they had the drivers, not the driver you're talking about, Tim.
Yeah.
But the regular drill drivers on sale last month, like for like one day for like $29. Just the tool.
A dual?
So I bought 4 of them. No, the Ryobis. I don't have money for
them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're green. That's true. Yeah.
Well, that's what I bought first in like 2005. You know what I mean? You can't switch battery platforms. It's impossible.
I've been on an iPhone for 13 years because the first phone we bought was a friggin' iPhone, and now everybody in the family does iMessage. That's how they get you. I mean, we're on Apple Music. Yeah, everything.
You have an iPhone?
I do.
When's
Me or
the
Nicole?
transition surgery scheduled?
Well, I do drink Bud Light, so.
Did you buy it at Target? It's too easy.
Oh, we're bad.
Too easy.
You guys are bad.
But yeah, it sounds like you buy tools like when I used to go to yard sales, I could use that.
Yeah.
I'd buy an entire bag of something and then it would sit somewhere else, So
yeah. I also got the big Harbor Freight toolbox that I've not used yet.
Oh, I just picked up at Harbor Freight. The I guess they call them Plano boxes. Maybe not. Some of them are made by Plano, but they're like the rugged plastic boxes with
like a Pelican box.
Inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just bought 2 for really cheap.
Yeah, they go on sale all the time for like $35. Yeah.
I'm gonna put all my recording gear in it, but yeah,
Nice.
it was like $100 for the brand name one at another store, and it was $30 at Home Depot or at Harbor Freight. So
Yeah. What do we got going here? TSP
Well,
workshop.
I'm just saying the guaranteed seat at the workshop seems very underpriced to me right now.
what's it
John,
at?
have you ever been in a situation where you couldn't get a ticket to TSP?
Me?
Yeah. If you haven't, just say you have and tell a sad story.
I'm trying
right
to
now.
think. I think I have once.
It was that one time that you stayed up all
Like,
night
2019.
clicking refresh.
Year I
refresh.
didn't, there's like a year I did because I went 21, 20, 22, 21, 20, and I think I missed 18 or 19, and that was why.
Because you were late.
Yeah. Oh, and there was a time way back when I was at work when I had one of those jobs, and I was manager, and I was like, I was opening a restaurant, and I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom, and I kept saying it so I could sneak into the bathroom and buy a ticket, and I missed it. And, yeah, that is where I bought Perma Ethos though, in that same bathroom.
Yeah.
But yeah, I missed tickets to the TSP workshop.
How does it feel when you know all your friends are doing that
It sucks.
and you missed out?
It sucks just as bad when I missed out as when I just can't go, because they always call me at some point and go, look, there's always one of your Virtues was there, and it might have been the first time you went, and I didn't get to go, and I was like, damn it, like I wanted to see
And
Mike.
Bertrice hasn't been back since then, I don't think.
Yeah, I think I've seen him there once. Maybe he's been twice.
Yeah.
So the holy
So the value of this item is more than the value of a TSP ticket, is all I'm saying, because you're guaranteed in, and you're not guaranteed in if you're waiting for them to go on sale in September.
And it also means you could buy this, and then if you don't know if you can go or not when they go on sale, you can hold off.
Yes.
Right? And then you
And
can
is
be
it
like, oh shit, wait
transferable?
a minute, I can go, and they're already sold out, but I can go.
Yes. They are transferable. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. That's good.
I think up until a week or two in advance, you can email Jack and he'll change it in his thing. And then I bet what you would have to do is pretend to be the other person and check in as them when you get there.
Yeah. And you can also just hold on to it and wait for that TSP workshop to sell out and sell it for double your money.
It's also transferable across time. Does that mean it doesn't have to be used this year?
It means
think
it
I
comes
heard
with a
that
time
somewhere.
machine. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
it has to be used. I don't think there's a time frame on. Yeah, it's not for this year's specific, right?
It doesn't specify that, but we could.
I think it was when he said it on the thing that it was.
Yeah, I
It was
think
like
I heard
whenever.
him say it or somebody said it about.
It
Yeah.
could be next year too for our friend in Germany who may or may not be here.
Winner will need to notify Jack on the selected event before tickets are.
Yeah.
I mean, that would indicate that it's any one of them, right?
Yeah.
Letty made a Doctor Who reference.
Oh, my brother used to force feed me that piece of shit show.
I watched it in the 80s, the old reruns that were so creepy and weird.
Yeah, so my brother would make me watch it. Then I had a roommate that would watch it, and it's the worst possible thing to hear in the background when you're doing work.
And I mean, this one, it's at $300. And mind you, I like getting a good deal because I am the high bidder. But I'm pretty sure this is worth about $1,000 minimum.
This
For
is why
Tom's
it's not. This is why it's not a conflict of interest for you to bid on stuff, because now you're trying to tell people to outbid you.
It's
Or you
okay. I
don't
mean,
want to
whatever. If I get Tom's time for $5, I know exactly what I'm using him for
Yeah.
because I want Lightning integrated on Hollow Roast. But
Oh well, why don't you give some examples of what
like,
you can get done?
Oh yes.
yeah. So I know that he has played around with Lightning. I don't know how far he's gotten down that road, but he helped Jack get Lightning integrated in some places. And I would love to have Lightning set up on Hollow Roast to accept Lightning payments and have it automatically go into my POS, right? My point of sale system, so that everything works on the back end easily and within my system. That's one example. I've got a whole podcast organization server situation that I need to change. I need to move off where my audio is now and onto a new system. That's something. Tom is the server guy for Jack, but he also does web development, and
That's him.
like he has figured out these things with emerging technology that are pretty cool.
Yes.
So I have like this ongoing Tom list where I keep intending to reach out to him and I don't, because then I'm like, I need to do it when I will actually be here to answer his questions so that we don't get stuck in a 6-month development hellhole, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
And
now
you
I'm at a point where I can do that.
Yeah,
So
that's fantastic. Thanks, Tom. Tom already did so much work on the back end of this. And now
yeah, well, and he just like worked his tail off. We all need
Yeah.
to send him and
Yeah,
Letty
and he-
flowers or something,
he
or
just-
gift cards to restaurants to take their spouses out
Yeah.
to eat.
yeah,
'Cause-
behind the scenes today, there was chaos,
There
right?
was
Everything
stuff.
fell apart, right?
Yeah. And then it
And
got
then
put back together by
made it
Tom.
He made it
And
work
by
in
Tom.
time.
Yeah.
He just posted that we are now at $6,110.
6,100 guys. Woo!
All right, let's go for 7.
And I just want to say the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch is now at $225. The high bidder being Brian Young, who has now outbid Samantha or Oxymoron 1,
Oxy.
2, 3, 4 times today.
Yes.
Tom is a rock star, 100%.
The Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. That's handmade.
Apparently,
Yes,
is-
it's a 2-of-a-kind item.
I want it to be like a 20 of a kind item because I want to
It-
buy one.
It's a 2-of-a-kind
Why
item.
is she not making this her side hustle? What is going on?
I don't know.
I know
'Cause
that
maybe
there were 2 words that started with a C and an I mentioned earlier, but who gives a shit about that? Let's Agorist this thing. It's not like
I mean, this
John
kind of shit
Cleese
is
is out
sold on.
there hammering this shit out with a forge. All right, let's get on it.
This kind of shit is sold on Etsy stores all the time. She could do it.
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
have
yeah. Good point. Like I ordered Bills stickers for my car. I didn't buy them from the Bills because they can fuck off as an
Well,
organization.
I mean, they're winners. So
Wait, did you say the F-bomb again?
I
We did.
self-edited.
Wow,
Did you-
this coaster set's really come up in
Nice.
popularity.
That's
It's
really
up to
cool.
$115.
wow.
I wanna know how
Beatrice,
that's
you've
made.
been outbid by
Oh.
Dan.
How is that made?
Well,
That's
it's
cool.
custom engraved by SR Fabrications.
So someone has a this SR Fabrication.
Let's just look at their gallery.
So someone
So check
has
this out, because
a
when I
quartz
saw them
engraving.
here, I went to their gallery and I was like, I need to get furniture.
that's really cool shit right there.
Yeah.
So also, Bob, somebody
Wow.
named Bob, just doubled the bid price on the silver.
Wow.
So it's at $400. And
Wow.
we were very specific, just so they know it. I mean, I'm excited, but
It's
it is
2 coins.
it's an ounce and a half of custom made silver. So, but hey, we're good. Anyway, just wanted to say that's really friggin' exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, I like that hook.
Look at this stuff.
Yeah, I'm just scratched. He's just like
Tim.
all of this cool stuff.
all this stuff, and Tim's like, "Ooh, I like that hook."
I want that one. Like, look at that for the. Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? That's
That's
great.
the type of shit I like.
Oh, look at this hook. Look at this. Look at this. Does that come with a gun? No.
No,
okay,
probably not. You
there's those
supply your
things.
own gun,
A lot of pistons.
and
like,
that little cube is up on
Yeah.
auction too.
this is
Cool.
very interesting. Oh, they must have put up this Bitcoin thing too.
Yep.
Who is this person? Who is this mystery person?
I'm gonna feel really dumb when they're like, Nicole, I told you who I was.
We both know who they are. I guarantee it, right?
Yeah.
We met them like 100 times.
Does anyone in the audience know who?
I feel like they were in the Telegram group for some reason.
Yeah.
But I might
Well, they
be
have to be.
wrong.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask in there.
See if somebody can tell us, because that's really good work. And I'd like, I mean, obviously we can point them in the right direction.
Well,
but-
that's like, how did I not know this stuff already existed?
And that's something about our network that we need to get better at.
We need
Right.
to have
Yeah.
we need to have
Is
that stupid
like-
town square.
the town square what we do thing, and every
We need
time
a
we try to start it, it turns into a cluster.
Does it?
So
Tom
we need somebody
Tom,
like
dude.
Letty to make that happen
and
from
Letty.
an organization standpoint. I'm not sure Tom wants to do it, but he might.
those type of
I'll
things are
just-
so much work, but
I'll
I
just
mean,
go
they're
on-
great to have.
Yeah. I'll just go on Tim's podcast and talk shit about it, not do any real work. But they can get together.
We do that a lot.
Make it happen.
Look at how many times Jack has just floated an idea out there, and then it turns into something great because he's like, I literally don't have the time to do this, but if somebody
Yeah.
wants to do it, take it and run. but it works because you have great ideas and you want to inspire people, but it's the best way to extend your time.
Oh, John,
Uh-oh.
Tom's in.
Details from me. You don't need details.
Town hall.
I just gave you all the details I have.
This is how it always happens. How do these
like,
Luddy, you
we
need to
need a
make up details and talk to Tom.
Yeah. You know, we need a marketplace. Literally all the details I have.
Letty's like, give me the details. We just did.
I'm like semi, I shouldn't use the word.
I know what you're going to use.
Yeah.
Miss
Like, you know what?
Rena, welcome. Sorry, I haven't seen her in a while in the comments.
Oh, hey.
I'm a half-wit. You don't want my
You keep
advice.
us in line sometimes, Nicole, so it's better
That's
that
my
way.
job.
I know.
So we
Yeah,
don't know
you've only
who-
said the F word like 7 times tonight.
Who, me?
Done pretty,
Between the two of you. I'm actually fairly impressed that you could hold him back that long.
Tim opened the floodgates.
I did.
Yeah.
I opened the floodgates.
Tim, I've been watching Letterkenny lately again.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Pitter patter, let's get at her. I can't watch it when my wife's home. She hates it. So
Oh, my wife hates it too.
Yeah.
It's not for women, I feel like.
I think you're probably right.
Like,
But I
it's
think
just not.
the writing in it's incredible. They
Okay,
absolutely-
I'm not here to get myself outbid, but that baby quilt, I don't know. This is going to be the most homosexual thing I've ever said in my life, but I love that thing, and I don't know why. I want it for my kid, and my wife likes
you
it.
have a
so
kid, John. Things
I'm
change. man.
high on the list of winning that thing, but it's awesome, and I know what quilts take, and it's big. Unless that's a 2-year-old holding it up.
Wait, which one? I'm trying to find this one.
Right there. Okay,
It is
that's an adult.
40
right?
inches by 52 inches.
Oh, those I see. I can't read. So that thing
That's a good size.
is awesome. Don't anybody else bid?
Are you high bid right now?
No, but in all honesty, I have a friend that makes stuff like that, and she charges like $400 or $500 for that kind of stuff. That takes
Absolutely.
a shitload of time, and it's almost a travesty that it's only going for $80 right now. I hate to say,
Yeah.
but you know, don't outbid me, but go ahead and outbid me. I'm very
Right,
torn.
because the
on
money's going to
that.
Jenny.
I really want it,
Oh.
but
So
okay.
Letty Lou apparently knows the maker of the quilt.
I love that.
Yeah.
And okay, good to know. Because there could be one with a duck, probably.
And our local wrestler, the Backwoods Butcher, says his wife loves Letterkenny, just for the record. So
Backwoods.
Butcher.
He's in my
your
town.
neighbor, I call him a
Okay.
wrestler.
Oh, I thought
His
you
name
meant-
sounds like
I thought you were saying he was in Canadian. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
No,
I was
he's your
just on
neighbor.
his show. Good
but
show.
his name sounds like an indie wrestler. So
He has
I
a
call
good
him
show.
the
Everybody should
Backwoods
listen to
Butcher.
his show too.
He's a good dude.
You
He'd
should
come on my
totally
show.
fill out the guest form at livingfreeintennessee.com.
You know what's interesting about that, Nicole? I've still never been on your show.
Have you ever filled out the form?
No, but before you had a form, I think you invited me on your show.
I always have had a form.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I mean, you had said you should come on the
I've-
show. You know, I didn't realize.
I think but you should come on the show. Fill out the form.
I don't know what I talk about.
This is the equivalent of John Dowie throwing out details, except Nicole's being very specific.
Oh, I understand what you're saying 100%. But yeah, I don't know.
It will take less
I got
than
no
2
point.
minutes. It's a very short form.
Well, I have to think about what you know. I've noticed that I've been on Tim's show recently, and I've been on.
John, under what illusion are you operating that if you gave me a list of questions to ask you, that we would actually manage to get through those
Right.
questions?
No, this
on
is
an
my
interview?
point. This is exactly my point. So, I was
But
just
the
saying
other
Tim-
parts of the form involve making sure we connect with all. So you should put some questions in for a topic.
Oh, I understand.
But
I was on Jack's
we
show.
connect all the proper websites and social media the right way,
Nice. Yeah, it's
and then you get cross promotion.
yeah. There's no point though. Like Tim's like, what do you want to plug? And I'm like, nah, not worth it. What are you gonna do? Show up at my house? I sell locally. Like, there's no reason for that.
I still plug his damn barrels because I think it's funny.
But the questions. I mean, like, I don't know what to talk about ever. But my point is, I was on Tim's show. I was on Kyle's show, and so unfocused and ridiculous. Like, I'm like, I need to have a topic when I go on some of these shows because I have no idea.
But
Like,
to be fair, John, our idea was that
Yeah.
we were basically just going to do a talk radio show where we did stream of consciousness, and we went for 3 friggin' hours.
I feel like those people still kind of have an idea what they're going to say ahead of time.
They do, and we
Right.
did, but then we didn't. So
We started talking before the show, and I went, "We should shut up and start the show," so we don't have to say it all
And then I
again.
think we talked for a bit afterwards. So yeah,
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it was good. I'm just saying, I need to be more organized to go on these shows. You know what I mean?
When I do
Or
a
you
sync-
need to outsource that to your
India?
personal digital assistant.
India.
I know a good one.
I don't know what
Who
that
needs to?
means. When you say personal digital assistant, is that not a human?
No, it's Letty. She
Oh.
helps people do details. It's
Oh.
magic.
Okay.
Anyway,
I really
back
do.
to the auction. Jenni Hill, Living Free in Tennessee.
Oh yeah, sorry. Look, I'm just trying to entertain people.
Well, we got to do that.
We're just filling
Yeah.
space here. Said in the middle. Okay, yeah.
What did that say?
No longer talking about framing. Farming.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was supposed to go on a show and just talk about poultry, and it fucking never once said poultry.
Well, you did
Not
tonight.
one
You made up for it. So we have 23 minutes, 22
Nice.
minutes, and 48 seconds left in the live stream today. Jenny's Oklahoma collection's at $400.
And now this auction runs until when is the actual deadline?
Oh, it actually ended an hour ago.
No.
No. What, for this?
Yeah, when does it? 15 hours from now.
15 hours is going to be
So we're
noon
gonna-
tomorrow Central, I believe.
So Tim, we got a long show ahead of us.
Oh, boy,
No,
yeah.
we're not going until then. We're going to do 4 hours, and then people will see the recording, and
Oh,
they can
Tim
still
and I-
bid at
Tim and I can go.
jennihill.livingfreeintennessee.com through noon tomorrow, and then
Yeah.
and
If
for
I
people
wasn't-
who are saying, "Man, I wish I would have known about this and want to donate something," go to there, fill it out, and we're thinking about doing a second auction at a future date.
But not of these items, new items. So if you miss out on these items, you're
done. Yeah.
So if you're listening to this not live and it's 5 hours, if it's,
Late.
July 3rd in the morning, you're still okay. You can still get in there and bid. So
Until
right?
noon on
Till
July
noon
3rd,
time. What Central?
Central.
So that's not noon here in New
That's
England. I cannot do
1
that
o'clock.
math to save my goddamn life.
It's 1 o'clolock in New England.
I know it every
You get
time.
an
I'm
extra hour, and you lose hours when you go to the mountain time.
When you go to
nobody
me,
out
you
there
lose
is
an
in
hour.
California.
Yeah.
Then it's 2 hours when you deal with the Wandering Ma. Tori we had on earlier. She's in West Pacific or whatever that is.
Yeah. I'll be in Pacific time zone very soon.
Mm.
I
Yes.
said it, but we're only gonna miss. I actually saw the exit to Missoula today. Now it's still like what 6? I don't know how far. It's quite a ways from here, but yeah.
Wow. Where are you headed right now, Tim?
We're as far as we're in Great Falls. I brought my girls down. They're going out east with mom and dad for a few weeks, so I wanted to do a little shopping trip with them. And I came down to mail out all my patch of the month and silver and everything while I was at it. So
Oh,
we just
you're
made
in
a
the
shopping
US?
trip. What's that?
Are you in the US right now?
Yeah, I'm in Montana.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah.
Did you have to come down to make the internet work?
Yeah, I did. Well, the things are frozen up there right now, the lines. So we went from snow to forest fires to back to snow
They're
again.
frozen and covered in syrup.
It's bad, really bad. It's
Frozen
not the syrup so
everywhere.
bad. It's the cheese curds when
Yep.
from the poutine
From
that
the
gets
poutine.
all over the. Oh, it's bad.
You know
Really
what's
bad.
yeah, I mean when the poutine when it flies like blizzard wise through the air sideways.
Well, we
It's brutal.
just had our Independence Day, which we really call the Monarchy Day or whatever. It was January 1st, so July
Are you guys
1st.
Preemptively celebrating Independence then, or what's going on there?
I don't know what we call it. We just call it Hail to the King Day. I think I'm not sure. It's the day where we went in to the bay and pulled the tea back out and said sorry. That day, So.
Yes, you took it out. Hey, in 2 days, I'd just like to shout out to my great uncle or something who fought in the Revolution on the side of the British.
Did he really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
We didn't really come here until 1890 or something.
Does Canada have independence? Whose face is on the money now?
Hey guys, you know how we're preppers?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
I'm
There's
bad.
20 minutes left, and if I disappear, you guys are responsible for bringing it home. And the reason I would disappear is that a thunderstorm's about to just totally nail us. It looks like
Absolutely, we're good.
So should be fine, but if the power goes out, all the things go out.
Being in
I thought we
Tennessee,
might have lost you earlier when you just dropped out like that. I thought maybe we'd.
That was operator error. I hit the back button on my browser. I was like, oh.
are you going to randomly blow away though?
No, not. You haven't been to my bunker, have you?
No, I just know the only time I ever see Tennessee in the news is just some shit blew away.
Well, it's because they build their car holds out of like toothpicks and scrap metal.
Right. Right. Just the neighbor's scrap metal from the last tornado.
Yeah.
They're like, that blew in my yard. It's fair game. Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Hey,
put my
I mean,
out
it
a
does make
carport.
you think twice about what happens to metal roofs when they get ripped off by a tornado and penetrate things. Like,
Oh.
yet we all put metal roofs on here.
Yeah. Well, shingles, there's no way they hold up at all, right? It's
No.
just they'd be gone.
Well, they're just gone.
Yeah.
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 Well, metal doesn't stay on either, right?
Shingles
it
stock anyway.
yeah. Mm.
I
I
did.
have a metal roof. So.
Yeah, we have shingles everywhere up here. Obviously, I redid my garage with look at that, $63.75, $625 to go before we have to sign off, or I am not signing off, even if I have to stand here and talk to my computer.
No, they might want to hear you and be entertained.
Remember, folks, this is your last opportunity to get the free handy dandy carrying tote and support your local public broadcasting station made from 100% recyclable, organic, compostable air. Yes. So yeah, and remember, inside there is a coupon for free barrels at John's house.
I got some free ones.
Yeah, they may or may not hold. You know how effective barrels are only supposed to have a hole in the top? Well, these may or may not have one in the bottom.
Someone outbid me on the quilt.
Oh,
Never should have said anything, and they outbid me by a bunch.
Oh,
really?
That's a dick move right there.
I bet you it was Brian.
I appreciate it.
Bob.
It was Bob.
Thanks a lot, Bob.
Thanks, Bob. That was awesome. We appreciate it.
Bob's also the one who bid high on the silver. So
yeah,
I don't know who Bob is.
Bob's helping us out.
Yeah, absolutely. We love Bob.
Yeah, thank you, Bob. Bob's not participating in the chat to tell us who Bob is, but that's fine.
That's okay. Fine. We have 2 bids on the knife sharpen now. I think it's up to 60.
Yeah.
Watch out, Backwoods Butcher's on his way to your place because I mentioned free barrels.
Free barrel. We'll be there tomorrow.
I got like some that I hate that I got for free that are just in my way all the time. Nobody wants them. The worst.
So he can have those?
Yeah, I have like we'll see. I have the so I got all these. This is crazy. I got all these 55-gallon galvanized open head drums with lids for free. Okay. I listed it for $25 each. They're galvanized. They're never going to rust. I can't fucking get rid of them. Like, I constantly get people that, oh, yeah, I'm coming on Sunday. They never show up. It's the highest no-show percentage on any ad I've ever posted. I'm like, if I just needed these barrels, they'd be like a dream because they're galvanized. And they're like up here, everything rusts away. Tim knows.
I do.
And like, I don't know.
Even aluminum, which is the weirdest thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our valve stems on the side of the van that parked toward the water, completely disintegrated off.
Yeah, yeah, because they get that weird white corrosion stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, baby quilts to $150. Andrea Snow is now the lead bidder on Letty's services, so she's up to 110, I believe. There, I saw.
Where is it? Yes, 110.
Yeah, Letty Lou.
Yeah. Andrea Snow is going to get her poop in a group.
Maybe.
Sorry.
That's
snarky comment from
pretty good.
Our friend.
Yes, MT9. Yeah. I believe I'm going to swing across and see him on my way down, I think either to or from the Midwest Preparedness Festival this time.
Who, Patrick?
So, yeah.
Nice.
What about this handmade pin cushion?
He's all right.
Yeah, he's good shit. He'll tell you he knows he is. So
he's a good shit. What are you, from Rhode Island?
Call me Peter. It's the only guy I know from Rhode Island's Family Guy.
I lived there for like 6 years. They say that all the time. Yeah, he's a good shit.
He's a good shit. Yeah, I'll never make it to Rhode Island. I'll have 49 states on my crossed off list, and freaking Rhode Island will never get there.
Rhode Island, Delaware. The coast is nice there, you know.
It's so tiny. There's no reason. You don't even drive through there for anything.
Point
Drive
Judith.
up through Minnesota or Wisconsin or Minnesota, Tim. I'll organize. I would love to, and we may. It yeah. I'm going as far as Kansas, and then I'm turning around and going back down to speak at SRF. So I don't know if I'll make it that far, but it'll be fun. Be a good time. It's Prepper Camp, Midwest Preparedness, and Self-Reliance Festival. I think what's that? 3 weekends out of 4.
Yeah. I mean, you could stay and then go to the Kentucky Sustainable Living one too.
I would, except that my wife would neuter me because we have a trip planned right after Self-Reliance Festival.
Ah.
I already had
have
turned
kids?
Jason down. What's that?
Don't you already have kids? So whatever.
Yeah, but I'd still miss it. But yeah, so
What was our last number update?
6350 or something.
63.
We're at 6410.
I wasn't calling Patrick a turd. I was calling him the opposite of a turd. Tim isn't already neutered. And now we're having a conversation about what real old fashions are made out of. And for those who don't know, in Wisconsin, they make them with brandy, and it's called what the hell do they call it?
Oh, that sounds delicious. I'm going to do that.
I'm sure it would be good, but it's not.
At Jack's 15th, we need to have brandy old fashions. David, are you still on here? Because you need to make that happen.
So I just got the most wonderful bottle of cognac, Nicole, that I will bring down. I went into my favorite liquor store, and it was an allocated bottle that should have been way more expensive than it was, and they give me a huge deal on it. So it's coming with me to LFTN next year. So,
ooh, that sounds delicious.
Oh yes,
I'm a sucker for brandy. I love brandy. I love cognac. Yeah.
Oh, $64.95.
$64.95. $5 from $6,500.
Nice.
Drive through. Must be talking about Rhode Island, right? Drive through.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like an hour and a half north to south. Is a long way. It's crazy short.
Yuck. Nicole introduced me to cognac last year, and I loved it so much that I started buying some.
Eric always brings me a bottle when he visits, which makes me happy. Yeah. Even though I can't drink until sometime in late July.
Oh, I'll stop talking about alcohol.
It's okay. We can talk about it. People drink around me all the time. It's part of the challenge. So I see other people drinking, and I don't get to have any.
Never been into cognac. I've had the crappy ones only, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Why drink crappy cognac?
I don't, because I was 22.
I didn't even know what cognac was when I was 22.
It's not. I was a bartender. It's not. It's nothing compared to the classiest drink of all time. Does anybody know the classiest drink?
Long Island iced tea.
Goldschlager.
Oh my God! Yeah, we used to. Yeah,
they just did this on. Yeah, they just did this on Always Sunny. Well, the only thing classier is Jaeger.
Oh, there we go. We got Anthony Hoffer just sent a $20 super chat in.
Thank you. We'll get that to Jenny to help her offset her cancer expenses. Thank you, Anthony. Letty's up to $150.
Oh,
what is
Letty Lou?
Letty Lou,
where she comes to your house and organizes it for you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Fly anywhere in the continental United States? No,
I'm just fly. Kidding. That's cheap for a flight. Wow.
Do not believe anything I say during this live stream, folks. I'm just trying to sell things.
Yeah, it's definitely safe to assume that if you see Tim and I on a camera, everything that's said is a lie.
Absolutely, yes. And to be honest, if you're listening to this in the audio version, it's probably a lie as well.
Brian Young says, "I up my bid, so up yours."
Up yours! Wow.
He did that so he could hear me say those words. I'm sure of it.
My God.
Like Bare Naked Ladies song where he says, "I just made you say underwear."
I got to tell you, I saw the Bare Naked Ladies last year, in about a week from now, a year ago, and they are terrible.
It's because their lead singer isn't with them anymore. He got.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he left a few years ago because he got caught going across the American border with cocaine. That's highly frowned upon. So he's no longer part of the band. So it's their backup
Booger
singer.
Sugar.
Booger Sugar.
I did get to see the greatest 90s band of all time, though, at the same show. The GBs.
Who?
The Gin Blossoms.
Oh
yeah, I saw them live once.
They're good. It's a running joke in my friend's circle here, because I have one friend who hates the Gin Blossoms, but he's a huge Fish guy. So I'm like, dude, your musical fucking opinion doesn't matter because you like jam bands. and he hates the GBs. So my friend
Brian
Bill and I
Norton
are
loves
like,
fish too.
you know, we like.
I'm not
GB.
going to any bands this summer, but I am going to see Bill Burr live in 2
Yeah, I'm
weeks.
jealous. Still
I
jealous.
am super stoked. Becky got us like right in. Yeah, they're like, oh, it's an outdoor venue with picnic tables or whatever, and we're like right there. So it'll be good. Hopefully, he tells me to go fuck myself. I'm sure.
Chris Plim is a big Metallica fan, therefore your musical opinion also doesn't count.
Oh, John Dowie, I don't know how you can't like Metallica at least
They
a little.
suck. I'm sorry.
Really?
They're the metal version of U2.
I totally agreed with you on U2. I think they are the most overrated band of all time.
I have like a list of bands that I just can't handle, and then the song "Yellow Submarine." It's all thrown in there.
I can take them.
You were going on a tear about U2 the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible band.
Yeah,
I have some good. So I did see that. I did go to that comedy show that was out. It's my first outdoor, massive sized comedy show, the Burt Kreischer show.
How was it?
It was great. It was like
This will be my first time seeing stand up live. I'm pretty stoked because I've ever.
What the
John? Remember, just to hang on a minute, buddy. You know where I live, right?
Yeah, but there were amazing Boston comedians driving north to where you used to live all the time back in the day.
I didn't know this. I
on,
was broke as a joke, living in the corner.
On that stupid ferry.
I was trying to keep the salt water away from my valve stems. It was bad, so I was too busy.
They take the ferry up from Maine.
They're like, oh man, this really took a long turn for John
anyway, no, it was excellent. But
guys,
Jim Norton lost his edge.
We got 7. Nicole's like, shut the hell up. I need to
No,
talk.
so Jenny wrote an email this morning and texted me, and she wanted me to read it on here, and then I didn't have it. And she had some things happen today that I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about them. So
yeah, I saw that.
She just texted me. She said, "To my friends, I want to tell you that I'm so grateful for all the support, prayers, resources, and gifts. Saying thank you seems somehow like too small of a sentiment. You all lifted me up when I was looking into a deep well of darkness, and I didn't see hope, and you loaned me yours. This is hard in so many ways. You each have given me strength and courage to continue in the ways that I am capable. On my really bad days, I've remembered your prayers and the gifts that have allowed me to take better care of myself. I feel so loved and supported. And I'm reminded that this is part of what community is all about. None of us are ever alone. You have reminded me that I'm not alone in this. That is the gift that has been priceless to me. Thank you from the deepest parts of my heart. Gratefully yours, Jenny."
Well, there you go.
I think it's pretty incredible that you can have 1,000 people, whomever out there, all from different backgrounds, all who probably disagree on 80% of things, but we all agree on the important things. And one of the important things is the absolute need to help those people in our community. And I don't think we could sum it up any better than how Jenny said it, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
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 6,555.
You said it. Here we go. We're going to get 7, right?
I'm going to check out, let's see where we're at. Yeah, 15,300 over on the GoFundMe as well. So that puts us at, what do we got? $21,855. So that's not bad.
That's a good start.
Yeah, it is. That'll hopefully get her going for a little bit. And I had to laugh when you said that her insurance company would pay 84%. That's such a fucking arbitrary number. Sorry, there's the F.
She thought it was going to be less, though. Like she said, it's good news because I thought it was going to be less.
Who's the douchebag that couldn't get it to 85?
I know.
That's all I want to know. I fucking hate that. That's like when you'd sit down for a raise when you had a shitty job, and they'd be like, "We're going to give you 27 cents." It's like, really?
Couldn't make it 30.
That number.
So the question: who makes the fireplace set?
Crunchers.
Chris Dixon.
That's Chris Dixon, who's usually at Self Reliance Festival, and he just did. I think he just did the chainsaw.
No. Chris Dixon.
Oh,
he's an Albertan, a fellow Albertan.
Sorry. Wrong.
White North Porch. There he is. Me, he said.
Yeah, you should be talking about coming to SRF though.
Yes, he may this year. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he's actually going to
understand you make some pretty cool fireplace sets.
Is he in Canada?
Man. Yeah, he's
okay.
Canada.
I didn't meet him at Perma Ethos probably then.
No, he's never been to any of those events yet. This again, real quick. He messaged me a little less than 2 years ago, and he's like, he lives 4 or 5 hours away from me, and he says, "Would you like to meet for coffee? I'm coming through with a vehicle." And I'm thinking, are you going to murder me? I don't know you from anything, but we took a chance and we sat out in my garage for like 2 hours where the heat wasn't working, freezing our baguettes off, and created community. So it was cool. Yeah. And now we meet up with each other any excuse we have.
Did you guys clean some eaves troughs together too?
Eaves troughs. Yeah, we sure. And we sat on the Chesterfield out there and drank our Labatts. So.
Ooh, now you're talking.
Oh yeah. Labatt Ice. There's a deep dive for you, John. Yeah.
I miss being able to drink Labatt's or Molson Goldens or Molson Canadians.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, well, that's kind of like the Coors Golden, right?
What's up?
Coors, the isn't that what or Coors Banquet? That's the one I was thinking of. Similar to, yeah, Molson Golden, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know. I've never had Banquet beer. I just grew up. There was Molson Canadian in my bottle when I was a baby.
Fair. That honestly explains the accent.
Look at a map and look at Oswego, New York. You'll understand why I drink a lot of Canadian beer.
Yep.
It's like just a lake away.
Dixon says Molson Triple X all the way, baby.
Oh, God.
Not bad.
That's the one that's different in Canada, the Triple X.
We used to have a 10-penny beer that
you used to
exactly how it sounds.
Triple X used to not be available down here at all. You couldn't get it. So the lore was always like, oh, my God, we went to Canada. We were drinking Molson Triple X, and everybody got drunk, and then, whatever. And then it started selling down here, but I think it was different because it was the alcohol content was higher than it was allowed here. Some bullshit. I don't know. That's
where that joke comes from that I'll tell you sometime. So we have 1 minute and 53 seconds left. Take it away, Nicole.
Okay, so I think Tom just summed up this whole thing really well because here we are. Some of us know Jenni in person. We know her well. Some of us are really close to her. Some of us have had our lives changed by her and never met her in person. And she's facing a pretty uphill road with fighting leukemia right now. And so the fact that we have been able to, as a community, raise over $20,000 is amazing. So first of all, thank you, everybody. But Tom says this: I never had the pleasure of meeting her, but seeing how much the community loves her tells me all that I need to know. And that's what's great about the community, guys, is even if we've never met people in person, when we start hearing the stories and we start understanding that one of us needs help and everybody pitches in, that's the community the way it should be. And that's the community that we talk about when we talk about rediscovering our underground networks, rediscovering our parallel societies and our strong communities. That's how it works. It's one relationship to another, one hand reaching out to another. So we hope this boost to Jenni Hill will help her as she moves forward. If you're hearing this as a pre-recorded thing and you want to help support Jenni Hill's fundraiser on GoFundMe, it's gofundme.com/F/Jenni-Hill, I think. If you go to GoFundMe.com and type Jenni Hill in the search, it'll come straight up. And the links are in the show description down below the video. And if you want to participate in the auction up until 12 p.m. on July 3rd, Central Time, it's jennihill.livingfreeintennessee.com. I actually got that URL right. If it's after that, though, we will probably do another auction. So stay tuned to these. And if you go to jennihill.livingfreeintennessee.com, you can sign up for an email and we'll inform you of the next thing, of the next step we're taking to help her in her journey. She provides updates from time to time publicly. Those are the ones that we try to share out to everybody. I know that I got to see her in person a couple weeks ago, and it was great because I hadn't seen her in a while. But also, it's amazing how she's keeping her spirits up as best she can. And I know every time people send her messages, she doesn't always have the energy to answer, to respond, but know that she appreciates them when she sees them, and she sees them all. So thanks everybody for joining in tonight. And if you want to give her one more boost up, jennihill.livingfreeintennessee.com and bid on auction items, or tell friends that you think might want to help out to go check that out. We'll see you next time.